Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Live Reading and Productivity Sprints. I have Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books here with me. Like I was just saying to her, I don't know who else might be jumping in on this, but we'll be here for a little bit. And same as I did on the Friday, I figure we'll chat for about a half an hour and then we'll do some productivity for a half an hour. And I changed it up. I don't have the cat now. I found something else, this really pretty ambiance that I think is perfect for summer. So I'll be doing that during the sprints. So that'll be fun. So what are you reading right now, Elizabeth?
Awesome. Well, and if anyone needs a cat, I'm sure either of us could pick up an actual cat and show, our actual cat.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Like I was telling Sarah, I literally just finished. I turned off the camera from filming my TBR, and so I've already met all my reading goals for the day. So I'm probably going to use this as more productivity sprints. But let me grab one of the things that I'm reading. It's right here. I've got some cozy mystery stuff, but I don't often read my book club books in print. I can usually find them on audio, but I couldn't get this one on audio, and this is so good. Have you read this one?
No, I haven't. It looks good.
It is very good. It's two timelines. One is 1918, and it is a librarian in World War I. And then 1976 is a woman who is in the first class of women to be admitted to the United States Naval Academy. Oh. So the two timelines are 1918 and 1976. And both really good. And they are, of course, connected. It's hard to figure out exactly at the beginning, but I'm just a little over halfway, and I figured out the connection about halfway through. So, but anyway, I mean, they basically tell you the connection, so I didn't have to figure it out. It was like history, but anyway, very good. And sometimes historical fiction, I get it on audio because it's harder for me to read. That is a really easy read. It's a quick read. It's compelling.
Fantastic! I like that it's World War I as opposed to everything that's World War II, right?
Yeah, because you don't read much about World War II. I mean, World War I.
Everything that comes out now. And it's fine. I get it, but most of the historical fiction you see is WW2, as my grandfather would have said.
Right.
So, that's awesome.
Yeah, said War II, which he was in it. He would say, I served in War II.
Yeah. My grandfather served as well.
Sorry.
He served in Barbados. He was fixing planes for the Canadian Army.
Oh, wow. What branch of? No, so he was Canadian, right?
Canadian, yeah. The Canadian, I don't know. I'd have to check, but I know we have his picture at the house in his uniform and all that. So we jokingly used to say, "Did you see much of the fighting in Barbados?" But it was an important job that he did.
Well, yeah, for
right?
Sure. Yeah, mm-hmm. And he was in a safer place, I'm sure. So, and doing something important. Now, in Canada, do you have various branches of your military?
Yeah, we have the Air Force, Canadian we have the Navy, and yeah, and we actually have it's called cadets. So when you're younger, you can go and you can do these things and then learn, and then eventually, if you want to join the Army, you can, or the military, you can.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, my sister-in-law used to fly planes when she was in was learning how to fly planes in high school because she was in the Air Cadets.
Okay. Yeah, in high school we have a thing called ROTC, and that's the high school equivalent of that, probably, where they do military drills and they learn a lot of the disciplines that military might involve. And you can do that without ever joining the military, but
same here.
You really love it, then you it
absolutely. And you know what? I think it's good for kids to kind of learn that bit of that not military per se, but you know what I mean, that regimented training, if you will.
And there are schools that require it. In our county, it is actually required for all freshmen to take ROTC. And you have to, in order to opt out of it, you have to have a pretty good excuse. And I kind of felt like, so my daughter was special needs. She didn't have to do it. But my other daughter, who's typical, she did not want to do it, did not. And I kind of felt like it would have been good for her, but I don't know. And her, I kind of stayed out of it. I expressed my opinion, and then I thought, okay, I'll stay out of it.
Mhm.
She ended up not having to do it for some reason, and I was a little bit disappointed in her because I felt like it would have been a good discipline for her to do, just 1 year of it, just one class, 1 year. So I'm not even sure what her excuses were, but she did end up doing some other physical stuff because she does color guard and all that, and she actually
Okay.
learned how to spin rifle doing color guard,
Oh,
but that's
wow.
not military.
Yeah.
That's like the marching band type color guard. So
Sure.
she still does that in college, but anyway. So
That's
what are you
neat.
reading?
I am reading all the things. I don't know why, but I am. I started yesterday Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, which is a book set in Canada, set in Toronto, and set just north of the city in the lake, Muskoka Lake area, which is beautiful. It's about a woman whose mother unexpectedly passes away, and then she has to go to this resort that her mother ran and take over, after this unexpected death of her mother. So there's kind of a lot. There is a romance in here as well, but it's mostly her dealing with that. But for me, it's the setting. It's like, yes, I'm familiar with that area.
The cover is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it gorgeous? And then I plan on starting, because I'm in the mood, to Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck, which is a fantasy romance about witches. So why not? Why not? So everybody in the comments, what are you all reading? Sorry, I have a cat passed out beside me. I know.
In here. Usually I have
I got both of them, actually.
I have 2 or 3 in here, but there are none.
They're disappeared today. Hi, Emily. Welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Diary of a War Bride by Laurie Robinson. I approve. I love that book. It's so good. I will hopefully be getting to that one this week, or getting
Who
to
is
it
it
again.
by?
Laurie Robinson.
Laurie Robinson. Oh, you said that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. It's a World War II historical, Harlequin historical, actually. But it's a
nice.
sweet romance. Okay. And it's about a U.S. officer and a British land girl. Really cute, really cute. I loved it.
Okay.
Hello, Val. Happy Saturday. I'm going to continue to listen to Buried to the Brim by Jen McKinley, currently at 33%. Fantastic.
Nice.
Alicia, hello, everyone. Hello. The Night Swim by Megan Golden. Thriller. Extremely good. Ooh. Like a good thriller. Hi, Hannah. Hi, all. I'm going to be reading 28 Summers by Elaine Hildebrand. Yes. Excellent choice. PK, hi PK. Hello, I'm bouncing between Red Rising by Pierce Brown, a dangerous collaboration by Deanna Rayburn, and a nonfiction about the Medici family. Am I saying that right? Welcome to my brain.
So yeah, I have a Deanna Rayburn book that I want to read. It's the one about the retired assassins. So I've not heard of that one.
Interesting.
Collaboration.
Hey, Pat. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm reading The Scottish Ladies Detective Agency by Lydia Travers. Excellent.
Nice.
Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Hello. Happy Saturday, everyone. I'm going to finish up Winds of the Storm by Beverly Jenkins and listen to Hotel Liguana by Nicola Harrison. I had that one on my list. It's another World War II, but it's set in California.
Okay.
Yeah. So it sounded really good. And Winds of the Storm by Beverly Jenkins. Is that a historical? I think it might be a historical by her. I'm not sure. I know she's a romance author.
That's what she mostly writes, right?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Cajun. Hi, Cajun. Hi, everyone. Reading All I Want for Christmas for the Retro Romance Christmas in July readathon started early. No, we encourage read all the retro all month long.
I thought it was all month long. Is there a specific date for it?
It's a week. It's from the 9th to the 11th. No, the 9th to the 16th, excuse me. Because Storm's birthday falls in between there. But Storm and I have both said, because most of these retro books are only print, read all month long. Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
because in the video I just filmed, I didn't specify dates, but I'll put that in my description.
Oh, it's fine. It's not a big deal at all. I did have to laugh at my Garbogus video, the comment that you posted, like, this is not a one for me. I can just see Elizabeth.
Although, I mean, I could probably come up with something for some of those prompts, because trashy books don't necessarily have to mean explicit. It can just mean stupid.
Exactly.
Just garbage.
Exactly. It's all in fun.
Right.
Nadine, hello. Hi. Reading Conspiracy and Death by J.D. Robb. Number 8 of the In Death series. My plan is to finish this today and then move on to Poppy Harmon and the Shooting Star by Lee Hollis. Number 5 in the Desert Flowers mystery. Excellent. Excellent. Lauren. Hi, Lauren. I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Welcome. She says, oh my God. Perfect timing. Welcome. Glad you can make it. That's why I wanted to do these, because I want to see faces I don't normally see. Hi, Barbara. Good morning. Yeah, I think you're on the West Coast, right, Barbara? So it would be earlier for you. Dream. Hi, everyone. Hi, Dream. Welcome. Jessa. Hi, everyone. I am listening to Knitted and Knifed. Sounds like a cozy for sure. Jen. Hi, Jen. Hi, everyone. I'm reading The Wishing Game by Meg Schaffer, I think.
I don't know if it's Schaefer or Schaffer.
Schaefer, you might be. Yeah, that sounds like makes more sense. Hi, Cajun. Where, well, I speak for myself, are always up for actual cat sightings. If I can do it, I will. And I'm sure Elizabeth will be the same.
Yep. I have several here to choose from, so if one comes in the vicinity, I'll snatch him and pull him.
I've got both of mine right here beside me. So, Ginger, hi Ginger. Witch and Famous by Angela Sanders and Which Way Out by Kate Conti. So you are in a witch mood. That is fantastic. I heavily approve. And Storm's here. Hi Storm, welcome. Yay!
She's got her hair down.
I know, it's always so
hair
weird.
Down.
Always so weird seeing you with your hair down. I love it.
I'm trying to dry it. I just took a shower. So.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So what are you reading, Storm? Of all the things.
Well, I'm probably going to be editing for a little bit until I get it edited, but I see if I like it or not. I tried to do my weekly wrap up in like spurts of like when I read some stuff, then I wrote that way. So I got clips, but I don't know if it's stupid or if it's, I have to look at it all together to see if I like it. So we have to edit, but I do have my retro, which is Castaway by Laurel Ames.
Ooh.
It's a Harlequin historical.
Definitely saucy.
Number 197.
And wow.
And I have my ebooks that I need to work on. I need to like work on those and not just go to the audiobook. So I need to work.
I know.
I do want to say, look, I got books in the mail from my friend Sherry.
Oh, yay.
Cool. This is an extra book she put in. I knew I was getting this one.
Oh, you lucky duck.
Because she had the advanced reader's copy that she found in her free little library. And this isn't even out yet.
Wow.
But she said after she read it, she'd send it to me. So
oh, that's wonderful. Yay.
That looks so creepy. That would not be a Tiffany book.
It does. I make a comment whenever I was talking about my middle grades that I was anticipating. This one was in it. And I do think that they're getting a little too spooky on the middle grade covers. But I'm still excited to read it. She gave it 5 stars, so that gives me hope that it's going to be a good one.
Fantastic. Yeah, I edited my my vlog just before I jumped on here. I haven't exported it yet, but I have to do that. So it's edited, and there's lots of cat content in there. Who anyone who wants to see cats.
And I heard you guys talking, so maybe the people in the comments can rule or whatever it is. I do put the retro in the summer to like a week because I don't know if people wanted to do a whole month because we do one in February. But does everybody just want to do like a month-long one in July? I mean,
I'd be happy with that.
And so I'm like, next time I'll just be like, it's just a month long instead of a week. I always pick my birthday week because I just do a week. But, everybody else, it seems like, they start earlier to do this because a lot of them are on print and stuff. So we could just do it.
It's just easier to get to for most people who like read audio or read it on audio or what have you. Yeah. But all the books that I showed earlier, I have them all as ebooks as well because I mean I like print books, but I just find it easier to read off an ebook.
Yeah, my other the Duke's Wager that I finished like yesterday. I had it on ebook too, so it was easier to.
Mm-hmm.
I can raise the front up, but I can't find this
Yeah.
one anywhere.
I know. I'm like,
and I said it saddens me every time I get on there and have to raise the font up a little bit more.
you know,
No.
oh, hilarious.
Hey, you guys, before we go any further, I just want to know if this is me on my end or if everybody else is experiencing this. Even before Storm came on, Sarah, you were like kind of freeze up for a second and then keep going and then freeze up and now Storm's on and she's freezing up. Am I the only one that's seeing that? Let me know in the comments because I might need to go out and come back in or something because it might be me.
I
that
noticed
has a bad
that you
connection.
were.
Are you guys noticing that?
I noticed that you are. I don't notice that
Good.
Storm is.
When I first got on
Okay.
here, before you even seen me, it did this little swirly thing of the two of you because I was like, I am on the right channel, right? Because it was black, and then I seen little
All right, so it might be
swirlies.
me. All right, well, I'm going
Do
to
you
go
wanna
out
pop
and
out and
come
jump
back in
back?
and maybe I can get a better connection. Yeah.
Sounds
yeah.
good. Sounds good. I hate internet issues. Hey Mitzi, happy Saturday. I'm going to be listening to an audiobook while getting some laundry sorted and a few other household chores. Yay for sprints. Fantastic. Ginger says it's at Sanders. Okay, that's it. Sanders. Let's see if Elizabeth. There we go. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hopefully this will be better.
Let's see. Emily, hello. I'm working on laundry. Super exciting. That's fine. That's fine. Yay. No, yeah for sprints.
I know. I always say Y-A-Y because I never know if Y-E-A-H is yeah or yay. I think it's yeah, right?
I think so.
Y'all are still freezing up. I think I have a bad connection. So she says no freezing. Okay. Huh. Well, anyway, maybe
Frustrating.
during the sprints I'll go out and come back in again. Or maybe can you, if you want to send me a different link or something?
The link is the link is the link.
No,
yeah, it doesn't change.
I know it doesn't change, but I don't know. It might change. Like even if you sent me the same link to like my email or something.
Oh yeah, I can do. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll absolutely do that. I'll actually do that now,
instead
so I don't
of through
forget.
Discord, and then maybe coming at it from a different way would help. It might not, but
it might. You never know. The internet is weird. Let me do this real quick. Talk amongst yourselves, people.
Oh, you don't have to right this minute. That's fine. We'll wait till the sprint.
Okay. Okay. Just bringing it up so I don't forget. All right. Dream says working on some things around the house for now. Excellent. Hello, evening, everyone. I believe Sina's in Germany. I think. Welcome, welcome. Lauren, hi everyone. I'm reading a novel crime by A.C.F. Bookins. I should be reading my curriculum manual for this year.
We won't tell.
No, your secret's safe with us. Pat says, don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you, Pat. Really appreciate that. Emily says, I think we get more World War II books because people can agree that it was a war that should have been fought. Not everyone agrees about World War I. Okay. Mm-hmm. I can understand. I think also it might be because it's closer to our timeline, like to like we were talking earlier, Elizabeth, we have family who were in World War II. It makes it a bit more real, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got a certificate that my grandpa served in World War II. It's the only thing I have from my grandpa.
Aww. Oh, that's fantastic.
And I thought I had lost it with like the tornado and all that stuff, and we moved all our stuff. But I was cleaning out our like catch-all room and stuff because eventually I would like to fix it up to make a library and everything. But I was going to, and this is like, don't ever throw things away without looking in the middle of them, because there was like a stack of papers and like magazines and stuff. And I was just kind of looking through them, and it was like shoved in a magazine.
Oh my goodness.
And like I could have thrown that away if I would have just like, oh, this is just junk, and like thrown it away. So,
oh my Lord. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Go through all the things first before anything happens to them. Ginger said the Angela Sanders book is third in the Which Way Librarian series. The Kate Conte book is third in the Full Moon series. So today is a day of 3. Sharon, hi Sharon. Happy Saturday, everyone. I'm starting a reread of the Hollows series, so I'll be reading Dead Witch Walking today, about halfway through. So I think witch is our bingo word of the day.
I was going to say that.
Two of those books in that series, and then I kind of fell from the wayside. I'd have to start all over.
That's fine. Emily, I like ROTC as a requirement to help learn discipline. That's what I was trying to say. It teaches discipline. Yeah. Currently reading historical category Beguiling Her Enemy Warrior by Lucy Morris. Probably a medieval one, sounds like. But yeah, that sounds really good. I've read Lucy Morris. She's quite good. Danielle. Hi, Danielle. Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. Annie. Hi, all. I'm reading The Lake by Natasha Preston. I read that one last year, and I will keep my opinions to myself.
I think I remember when you read that one.
Oh, and a side note, you'll see this tomorrow in my vlog if you watch it. But the middle grade, the 102 Days of Lying About Lauren, 4 stars. It was really cute. I liked it.
Yay.
Yeah. Hannah, I have no cats, but I have a Macy, and she is not cat-like, nor is she dog-like.
So what is a Macy?
Inquiring minds want to know. Emily, as far as what I'm reading, I just finished What You Wish For by Catherine Center, and will be working on Warrior Girl Unearthed by Angelina Bowley. Oh, that sounds interesting. Danielle, I've been listening to A Gingerbread Romance by Lacey Baker. That sounds really cute.
Oh, and it's Christmas. It says you have put a little.
I love a good Christmas book all year long.
It must be retro. Is it a retro or just Christmas in July?
Yeah, let us know, Danielle. I'm curious. Hi, Rabbit. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Untamed Shore and will probably dip into some short story collections, Midsummer Mysteries, or It Came from the Swamp. Those sound very different. Lou, hi. Hello. Currently reading Bleak House and rereading Northanger Abbey. Well, that is awesome. That is fantastic. I have read neither of those. I should read some more different. Bleak House, I heard, is pretty bleak,
I guess for Jane Austen July.
Oh, yeah. I forget that that's this month, too. Rena, hi, all. Glad it's the weekend. I'll be reading a few books because a couple of them are due back at the library soon. Very important. I love your username. Retiring to Read.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Very nice.
Going between listening to Jade Legacy and reading A Nocturne, Dangerous Temptation.
Cool.
I'm loving seeing all these category romance picks.
I like the Nocturne ones. They didn't make very many.
And I would like to know what you are retired from. I'm retired also. So tell us what you did before you retired. How
lucky. Barbara, everyone knows I am reading. Everyone knows what I am reading.
Hey, you're getting there.
25. For anyone who's new to the group, Barbara is reading a big chunky book called And the Ladies of the Club, which is 1,433 pages. She's on page 9.
Actually send it to somebody who wants to read it, and I kind of want to read it, but it probably wouldn't be like immediately.
Yeah.
I just want it for my collection.
I know, right? She says, also reading When Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams. So good. Oh, fantastic.
Yes, I have read that. That is good.
Hi, Kat. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying the weekend. I just finished Beloved by Toni Morrison. Wow, what a book. I need a break. I'm probably going to go write a blog post. Fantastic.
I have not read any Toni Morrison. I feel like her books are probably very heavy, like tough reads.
Yes.
They're definitely out of my wheelhouse. I don't know.
That's a good way to put it. And I'm sure they're fantastic, but I think they would go over my head, if that makes sense. Yeah. Kat says, although I do need to start reading for Summerween. Hi, XO Rosie. Hi, I'm reading Killer Chardonnay by Kate Lansing, #1 in the Colorado Wine Mystery Series. Excellent. I'm getting freezes also. And other people are seeing no freezing. So it's It is what it is, Elizabeth. I wouldn't panic too much about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I've been getting less, but still a few.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
internet. There's nothing that we can do about it, you know? Catherine, hi everyone. Long time no see. Working on clearing some books for my library today. So tough. Yes. It's like getting rid of children.
Yeah, it's like, do I really want to get rid of this one? Or maybe I'll just,
Right? But it's
especially if I haven't read them and I'm thinking, do I really want to read? Am I really going to read this? Or is it just sitting there? Because I need to do that with a lot of the books behind me because they've been there for a long time. And some of them are like parts of series and they're like several down. And I'm like, am I really going to ever start book one to get to this one? Or should I just get rid of this one?
I know Chloe I think her channel was, or is always booked, I should say. I know a couple of years ago, she was telling me that she went through all of her shelves and she marked everything down on where she could get it on audio because she's an audio reader, right? And then she got rid of the physical book and she knew she could get that book on Hoopla or her library or whatever. So that might be something you might want to think about.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that too, like making a tag like this is books that I had or whatever. And
get them on audio. Yeah.
I'm in the middle of that because I went through a few of my genres. I still haven't been through everything yet. And I made 2 TBR jars, one for series and one for standalones of everything I can get on audio. And, but I'm not getting rid of the books until I listen to it because I still like to have the book to show in a video in case I want to refer to it. But those are still books that I can get through quicker and then go ahead and move those out a lot faster. So,
Absolutely.
it's a good project.
Keep you busy. Ro, hi Ro. Hello, getting ready to leave, going out of town to the mountains and the lake. Enjoy your reading. I was going to bring my Kindle, but I don't want it to overheat. Well, that makes sense. Elizabeth's video is lagging a bit behind with her audio, but it's not a huge lag. I agree, Hannah. It's definitely workable. Val says, can you reboot your router?
Reboot my router. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I'll wait till
we're going to sprint in about 2 minutes, everybody, just so. Rebecca says, hi, everyone. We'll be reading The Witch Hunter by Max Siek. And starting chicken pot pies for lunch. Oh, that sounds delicious. I am hungry. Cajun. Well, this one is going to be too cute. 6-year-old twin boys ask Santa for a mom for Christmas, and Dad just met the new music teacher. I'm liking Nora Roberts, I think. Oh, that is delightful.
She's got some good ones, and she's got some hits and misses, I think.
It's like everything else, right? Every other author.
I have a Nora Roberts in my little bundle of print books over here. So.
Nice. Hermione, hi. Sarah, hi. Elizabeth, hi. Storm, hi. Everyone. I'm currently reading Morrow by Trisha Wolfe and Bryn Weaver. I might also start Kid. I just want to see if she. Oh, here's the other part of it. Kidnapped by Francine Pascal, the Sweet Valley High book. Excellent choice. Emily agrees, Storm. Check everything. My dad was a hoarder. We found the title to the house in an unmarked sealed envelope in a Rubbermaid container in a storage closet. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. You gotta check everything.
Oh, good Lord. I'm sorry, I did not realize it. I'm not sure what. Everything is fine. PK, honestly, I think the only reason more World War II ones out recently is only due to trends. As a reader of history, for a long time, there was a huge run of World War I books.
Mystery.
Yeah, sorry. 100-year anniversary. Yeah, that's a good point. Excellent.
I don't really like to read World War II books, but I do have 2 in my anticipated books that for my adult books because they just sounded really cool. And it's like they sounded kind of like they had a little bit of mystery. I mean, the one said serial killer, so that got me. But
yeah. Check.
We'll take that one.
Oh, and Hannah says Macy's a dog. She just doesn't know how to be one. So, my friends, we shall sprint to the top of the hour. Let me get this pretty thing up here because I love it. Thank you. escape. There we go. I'm having technical difficulties. It'll be fine. Try that. And share my screen. I just thought this was so pretty when I saw it. Happy reading, everybody.
I like it. Nice.
So how did you do?
I edited some, but I'm still working on it. And
That's
thinking, Storm, you ramble too much about the books. Just kind of just say things.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling all too well.
And it's like I don't think I can cut it off because then it would look weird. So it's like I remind myself that every time that I look at that, it's like limit the amount of time you talk.
If only it was that easy.
Yeah. My hair's looking a little poofy because it's drying.
That's okay. Your hair probably takes forever to dry, right?
Yeah, it's like really thick.
Mm-hmm. I have the opposite problem. If I don't blow dry it or do something to it, it sticks straight up because it dries in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And you can see the curls. Doesn't really see the curls too much because I keep it like hidden. It's naturally curly.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to the Philippines, and this was like 2017 or whatever it is, a long time ago, and they straightened my hair out because it's the humidity and the whatever. I mean, it was frizzing out everywhere. And the little Filipinos that we were with, they're like, "We need to take you to the hair place," you know.
Aww.
It took them like 5 hours to straighten my hair, though. I mean, we were there forever because they would take these little bitty pieces and stuff,
Really?
little bitty
Sorry.
pieces at a time, and they put some kind of condition like stuff in it or whatever. And yeah, it took forever long. It was forever.
Wow.
And it stayed straight forever. Though.
You're kidding.
I mean, it took cutting on it a little bit at a time to get the curl to come back. But yeah, even now a lot, if I put it in the ponytail and then bring it back out, you can't really see the curls. It doesn't really curl much. But when it's wet, it does. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know what they do over there for the straightening of the hair, but they do a really good job.
That's amazing. Wow. It's one of those you wish you could have. You know, I wish my hair had curl to it. I wish it wasn't just like I've been asked before. They're like, "See, do you straighten your hair every day?" I'm like, "No. I literally get out of the shower, I brush it, I blow dry it, I walk away. It takes me 5 minutes."
Yeah, and you know it's funny though. It's like people with curly hair wish they had straight hair, and people with straight
And
hair
vice versa. Yep.
Because I would prefer like a straighter hair because there's like some haircuts that I would like to do, but yeah, the curl gets in the way.
Yeah. No, I get it. How did you do, Elizabeth?
Oh, good. I ate a bite. I shut everything off. Like I shut down my computer completely. I shut off my internet completely, and I let it stay off for like a few minutes while I went and got something to eat. And then I came back and I got my video from the phone back in. I got it into the computer. That's why I was a little bit late coming back because it was my videos are lengthy. Y'all know I'm
we like lengthy videos around here. Yeah, it's fine.
So anyway, I am back now. I didn't do any reading, but like I said, I finished all my print reading this morning. And
what are you working on reading wise, Elizabeth? Because I wasn't here whenever you guys were talking about.
I was showing this one. I'm reading for book club. It's a World War I book. Well, it's got two timelines.
So now I know where the World War stuff come from.
Yes, this is where we were discussing
about it. Yeah. So this is about a librarian in World War I, 1918, and then the other timeline is 1976. A woman who is of the first class of women to be admitted into the U.S. Naval Academy, and they are connected. The 1976 woman with the other one. So this woman's grandmother was in World War I. She's not the main character in the story, but she's like a friend of the main character. So she's in there. So you see this, like the 1976 woman's grandmother in World War I, and also in the 1976 timeline. I
figured like the Paris agent, which was the other World War II one that I had on my list. I figured it's probably going to jump back and forth a little bit too, since he was in the war, but it's 1970 or something like that when they're looking through things or something. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I put that on my list during the sprint so I could, maybe get to it at some point because it does sound really good. Yeah. I read like a chapter and a half of Joe's Girl by Margaret St. George, which is my retro pick for this week. And I'm really enjoying it. But it's really 1990s.
This one, you'll see in like my wrap up or whatever it is for the week, that I was like, I'm going to call this clean and not sweet because it wasn't really that sweet.
Oh,
But there was no hanky panky. I didn't really care for the male characters very much. So it's like, I don't know if I call that sweet romance.
Right. Right.
it's interesting with the retro stuff to see how much books have changed, you know?
I also think it suffered from being small. It's supposed to be kind of like, I think, a redemption story for the Duke, but you don't like the Duke and you don't like him through the whole thing. And then all of a sudden he wants to marry her. And it's like, what?
Did I miss some pages?
So
And I'm like, I think it needed to be a little longer so
Yeah.
they could flesh out the Duke a little bit and make you want to see him be redeemed or whatever. But yeah.
For sure.
I do have a cat now. She's partially in the frame, but here's one of the things that I am going to read for retro romance. I just found this the other day at the bookstore where I work, and it hadn't been on the shelf. Somebody just brought it in, and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy that." It's a 3-book set of. It's on CD of Debbie Macomber. It's the first 3 the Angel books,
Oh, yeah.
and so that's Christmas, and it's retro. I think this one was first published in 1993. So I have these 3. I don't know if I'll get to all 3 of these because it takes me a little longer with CDs, but I need to also finish the Navy series. I need to do 5 and 6, and they're on Hoopla.
Oh, okay.
So they're not Christmas, but I just need to finish that series because I did the first 4 during, I guess, was it February when you guys did the
First one. Yeah.
first round? Yeah. So I got through 4 of them then, and I need to go ahead and check that series off. So I'll get to those 2 as well.
I believe that those ones that you have, Elizabeth, were originally published for Silhouette. So I think they were category.
Probably. Yeah.
I love the cover, like you showed, like the thing, but the covers on those, the reprint covers, they only have those available digitally. I wish that they were physical because I want to buy those covers, like just the one color with the pretty artwork.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
It has all of these 3 have the 3 angels. Shirley Goodness.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Kind of cartoon.
I need to read. I haven't read those.
It's really sweet. It's really, I mean, it's Debbie Macomber, right?
Yeah.
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 Well,
So
I know,
my goal
I know
is to
Tiffany
read her.
really likes that series too.
Who?
Tiffany.
Oh, yeah. My goal is to read all of hers. Chloe has read a lot. You mentioned Chloe.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has.
I'm at about 70 something of hers.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Wow. Yeah, I've only
We
read,
should
like,
do a
2.
week-long read-along. We should do Debbie December.
Yeah.
There you
We
go.
probably talked about
Yeah.
that a
Debbie
little
make
bit.
him a Christmas. Let's do
Right?
it.
It's
Yeah.
synonymous. Okay,
Yeah.
somebody write
Ask
that down.
Chloe if
Bernard, write that down.
I did too.
Bernard, take a note.
Nora Novembers and Debbie December.
December's. Yes, I love it.
Let's do it.
Sharon, same here, Storm. I think I was up to number 11 in the Hollow series, and it's been so long that I have to start over. But I really like the series, so I'm happy to revisit the characters.
I liked it. I think, if I remember right, there's like a character named Jinx or something in it, I think. And that character was kind of fun.
Mhm.
If I'm remembering the right, urban fantasy type or whatever.
Annie says, I'm finding the lake to be slow moving so far. Don't know how it got 4 stars on Amazon. That was my thoughts precisely, Annie.
I
Precisely.
do think that sometimes when I see the rankings on Goodreads, it's like, really? How did this happen?
I was earlier when I filmed one of my videos, I was sitting on the floor in front of my shelves. I'm like, well, I'm here and I've got some empty bags. I just started pulling and I pulled that one off because I had it physically. I'm like,
Ooh, that one's going in a bag.
that one is not
No
coming back.
thought required, right?
Get it out of my house. I've read it.
No thought required. Yeah.
Amanda. Hi, Amanda. She says, I'm reading Unexpected Love by Amy Park. Excellent. We read that one already. Sharon says, Storm, she's actually still writing the series, so another is coming out.
Really?
So there you go.
I thought it was finished.
I meant to mention to you, Storm, I was doing my book haul today for my clip, but I wanted to tell you I almost said Nora Roberts. The new Heather Graham, Whispers at Dusk. It's the first in a trilogy. It's a spin-off of the Crew of Hunters, and it's the International Crew of Hunters.
Oh, cool.
Right? As soon as I read the back, I'm like, I thought to myself, I gotta tell Storm.
Oh, cool. And those would be like really good on maybe audio if they get a good narrator, because then we got like an accent.
Right? The first book takes place in Norway. Like they're American, but they're going elsewhere to,
to investigate elsewhere. Yeah, that's cool.
I can't wait to get to that one.
I have to tell my friend we need to step up this read.
Right? You gotta let me know, where are you now? Because I need to step it up so I can catch back up with you guys.
We're on book 4 now. Whenever the next time we read one, it'll be book 4. So.
Okay. Hallmark. Danielle says it's a Hallmark publishing book, not retro. That's the gingerbread one I think that she was reading.
Oh, that's cool.
Emily, I think that too, PK. Also, people from that generation are dying, so there's a push to get their stories told. Agreed, Emily. 100%.
True.
Hermione says, I'm also still reading Cruel King by Rena Kent and Obsession by Kay Lorraine and Meg Ann, but those are on the back burner at the moment. I love this comment, Sharon. 1,400 pages is obnoxious. I love that. Retiring, a hopeful moniker, retiring to read after next year. I have 1 more year of teaching to go, and then you will absolutely,
nice.
You deserve it after being a teacher.
Yeah, I was gonna say being a teacher for long enough to retire. Yep.
Sharon says, well, yet we will read the series of 20 plus books and think that's not obnoxious.
That's like if you put them all together. I mean,
yeah, right? Exactly.
But you can take breaks in between. Of course, you can take breaks in the middle of a book too. But yeah, and that 1,400 pages still just counts as 1 on Goodreads.
That's
whereas
the
like
thing.
20 counts as 20. So
I think that even if I'm reading like a bind up of 2 books, I'm like, I'm totally marking each book separately on Goodreads because,
Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't. It depends on the situation.
So they're leaving Bernard. My cousins are here to go swimming. That one. Emily says, what did you teach retiring? I'm high school special ed. Is that right? SPED?
Probably.
Okay.
Special ed.
Okay. Cajun says, Sharon, yes, I was just thinking that it's if it's that long, break it up and make it a series.
True. 1,400 pages, yeah.
Right. And
It's
that
a
book I think
saga.
is told in it's told in timelines. Like in, you know what I mean? You could absolutely break them up into separate books or something. So
All right.
is it time for dinner for the children?
Oh, I guess so. I got nose kisses. I got
Okay.
nose
The
licks.
cats are demanding foodstuffs and Garrett's here. So Ambi says, I'm going to be reading Hooked
Okay.
on Murder by Betty Hinchman. Excellent.
Nice. That's a fun series.
Freehandy. Hello at the Bookish Knitter Storm Reads and Elizabeth. Welcome.
Her name is Nisi.
Yes. So good to be back and catch up with everyone. Glad to see you. What are you reading?
I think she was just on a big trip and just got home.
That's right. I saw her that she was like, I'm home. Kat says, Elizabeth, heavy is the perfect word to describe Beloved. Very emotional. It took me longer to read than expected because I had to take breaks from it, especially after reading The Dance Tree. Good to know. Tiring says, special ed 15 years, then middle school admin for 5 years, but missed teaching. And now finishing my career as a reading a resource teacher. Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
I should be able to finish Little Women and just started reading Hooked on Murder. Excellent.
Awesome.
I think she's reading the exact same one that Ambi was reading.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Because she mentions it's the crochet mystery on Discord, so that's the same.
Is
Yeah,
that
Betty
one?
Henchman. Yeah.
Go get your dinners.
She writes both a knitting mystery series and a crochet mystery series.
Yes, and
Yes.
I've read
Yarn Shop. Is it knitting?
Yarn to Go. Is
Yarn to Go. Yeah.
And I've read all except for I think the latest one that came out
They're
on
fun.
that one, but I've only read like 4 or 5 of the crochet one. And it's because they're the same narrator and I get them confused. And I think, wait, am I with Casey? No, I'm with the was it
The crochet person.
the what do they call themselves? The Tarzana hookers or something.
I was gonna say the hookers, yeah. Oh, okay. Cajun says that she loves that series.
It's a good one.
Emily, nice retiring. Yes, very nice. Amy says, I'm liking it so far. Excellent. PK, must get rid of a lot of books, but this week, Scavenger Hunt book I finished was one wanting to read in 2006, and Red Rising has been since 2014, according to Amazon. So maybe just box up and be surprised someday. That is a good idea. Rena says, nice background. Mitzi, oh, I love it. Great spot to sit and read. Oh, glad you guys enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite YouTube ambiance channels. They're so much fun, and you can watch them and they act like move. There's another one I'll do maybe next time that's a lake scene, and like it's at nighttime, and you actually see like occasionally like there'll be like a flying saucer that goes.
Oh.
And he does scavenger hunt. So if you go down in the video and look at the description, he's like, find these 15 things within the picture.
Huh.
They're really fun. He
So
does.
when I first saw that porch scene, though, my first thought was, okay, we're gonna just get like all nice and comfy with that, and then like some scary scarecrow or crazy zombie is gonna come out of that cornfield. Oh, my goodness. But I didn't watch
That would
it.
be
long
funny.
enough.
You're
Driving
all
up
like
north.
quiet reading, and stuff, and you've got that one going on.
Garrett and I were driving up north this morning. We always like looking at like the farmhouses because we would love that, just to live in a farmhouse away from everybody, away from the city, right? So we saw one for sale with cornfields beside it, and my first thought was killer, like scarecrow.
Clowns in a cornfield.
Yeah, like I don't think I could live there. PK says cats are nice. This is an 11. Glad you guys liked it. It's a lovely place. Love the porch swings. Perfect background.
Except it didn't scare me whenever it was time to.
I'm sorry. I'll try and figure something out to do a
You
jump
just
scare in
squeeze
there for
Bernard
you.
or something, so he goes. "Meow."
Cajun says, well, that ambiance makes me think of the main character's house in Lin K-hoon's Farm to Fork series.
Nice.
Alana, hello. Good morning, Storm and Elizabeth. I must have my camera off.
Yeah, you
just
were
finished.
missing at that point.
I was missing in action. Just finished with The Little Matchmaker yesterday night by Muriel Jensen. Oh, good choice. PK, I had to figure out what the noise I was hearing was. Steve is downstairs snoring. Better not be contagious. Oh, PK, that's funny. Love the ambiance. So pretty. Val made it to 42%. Great job. It says tea and cake time. That sounds delicious.
Nice.
Lauren, I only read a few pages, but I put up a load of dishes, cut the watermelon, and got potatoes in the oven for their first bake. So what time are you expecting us for dinner? Cajun made it to 48%.
Although
Emily,
that does remind me that next sprint I've got to go downstairs and put my meat out because I forgot. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot. I was gonna have some kind of. I told Dad we're having something to do with hamburgers. I just didn't know what.
Oh, there you go. Ginger read 2 chapters. Hannah, I made it to 6% in 28 summers. Great job. PK stayed with Red Rising at 20%. I may switch it up next sprint, but I'm liking it quite a bit. Excellent. Liz, I got here late, so I only read 6 pages. You're never late, Liz. Thank you for joining us. Jen says, I did not read, but my daughter and I did work on cleaning out her room. She's moving out in 3 weeks. Oh.
Is she going to college, or is she out of college and actually like moving completely out?
I'm sure that's always a tough time for parents.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like one of those, yay, no, I think, right? It's
Well,
kind
and then, okay, so I have a daughter in college. So you get used to them being gone, and, then you can kind of start using their room for various things and all of that. So, and of course, I'm not saying I've done that, but, but okay. So I didn't know, my daughter didn't happen to mention to me when spring break was this past school year. So she talks to her dad apparently on the phone, but he's a man of few words. He never tells me anything. So one day I'm like puttering around the house, and all of a sudden the door opens and in she comes with her bag in hand. And I'm like, oh, you're
Hi.
home? Is it? She's like, yeah, I told Dad I was coming. And I'm like, is it spring break or something? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, thanks for
Yeah.
telling me you were going to be here. I would have washed the sheets and
Done
Would
whatever.
have
Yeah.
got it
Left your
ready
room.
for you. Took all my stuff out.
yeah, I would have taken all my stuff out of your room. Anyway, so yeah, you can get used to them being gone, and then when they come back, then it's like,
Yeah.
I gotta change my routine again.
I always joke that Mom couldn't wait to get us like out the. Now I'm back, right? But still, that when I moved out in my early 20s, I was out for 6 months, and it was just too much. I was too far from home, too far from my friends. So I called one night. And my mom answers. She's like, "Hi," and I said, "Can you put Dad on the phone?" She says, "No, no, no," like this, and Dad gets on. "Daddy, I want to come home. Whatever you want, Princess," he says.
Oh yeah.
Mom's like, "No, no, no."
The first time I moved out, I was just moving. I wasn't even that far away, like 15 minutes away. I mean, still in the same town, pretty much. Just I was moving in with my aunt. She was getting a divorce and needed some help financially, and I said I wanted her to get out of the house because it was abusive. And I'm like,
Okay.
I was like 20, 21 or something like that. And I'm like, I will move in. I will help you pay the rent. She had like a 16-year-old daughter. I'm like, we will make this work. I told Dad, and he goes, don't expect me to help you pack. He was not happy at all. I'm like, but I need somebody to help me with the bed. And he's like,
Yeah.
he helped me eventually, but he was
Begrudgingly, right?
yeah.
Nadine says, read a few pages, heated up my lunch, chili, and watched the baseball game. I have on in the background White Sox versus the Cardinals. Go Sox. Hashtag multitasking. Well done. Yeah, a few pages. I booked my online food shop for next week, and I'm drinking a cup of tea. That sounds delightful. Talk as much as you want in your video, Storm. I concur. I concur.
Because it seems to happen no matter how much I try to cut it.
I'm whatever.
I'm a firm believer, and if you want to speed me up, go right ahead. Because
You know what? That's it. You have the choice.
I speed a lot of people up when I'm watching them. So
No, it's true, and I
Well,
think a lot of people
yeah,
do,
girl.
right? And that's perfectly fine.
Mhm.
I mean, I read
Okay,
2
I
chapters.
I know I talk slow. So I'm like,
Oh, I talk
there's
fast.
some
so-
that you don't have to speed up because they talk really fast, and if you speed them up, you can't understand what they're saying.
Ollie's like, yeah, I speed up your videos. I'm like, how the heck do you understand me?
It's like I don't really want to listen to 6 off of Blossom. I don't know if y'all remember that, but where she
Oh
talks
my
around
lord,
more,
yes,
never
she
talks.
talked real fast. Yes, yes.
Who does?
It was her name. Their character's name was 6 on Blossom.
The one
Oh.
with
TV.
yeah, the friend. She had. I always remember her with the big hats with the flat. It was the 90s, right? So
Yeah, the friend. Yeah,
I
was it?
was on.
I can't remember how to pronounce that lady's name that played Blossom. But
oh, Mayim Bialik.
yeah,
She
that
does
one.
Jeopardy now.
Jeopardy. Yeah,
hmm
she's very smart because
She's
got,
extremely smart. Yes, good lord. Alicia says, no reading. Laundry, fed dogs, gave the most discerning dog her pills. Now her pills are gorgeous heart, and I snuck them into sausage. How ironic is that? She is a pill, just doesn't like to take them. Mitzi says, same, Sarah. My hair is bored straight. I try and curl it, but it lasts like an hour. Why do I even bother?
But your hair is so pretty, Mitzi. It's
Oh,
so
she has
glossy.
lovely hair.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. I got to chapter 8 from chapter 6. Well done. Read 12 pages. Chapter 10. Excellent. Ginger says, I was cleaning my shed another day and I found some series romance. Do you remember the Bombshell series and the Next series? Yes, I do. From Silhouette. I remember those ones very well. I have some of the Bombshell and some of the Next, I think. Tiring says, I got book mail during the sprint. Yay! My Goldsboro monthly book and Thrift Books order came in. I logged the new books into the shelf on my app. Not so much reading done, but a happy dance happened. Fantastic.
something funny. Retiring. I read that earlier. Whenever you popped it up, and I swear it said I got blackmailed today. And I was reading it, and I'm like,
What did you do?
Book mail, not blackmail.
Oh, before we move on, she mentioned thrift books. I just want to put this out there into the universe. When you buy books from thrift books, as you know, there's an obnoxious sticker on the spine. Go ahead and peel that off as soon as you can, because if you let it sit and then later you pass your books on to someone else, if that sticker from thrift books sits on there for years or wherever, however long, it rips off the paper of the book and ruins the paper of the book. So do it carefully and do it soon before it has time to really glue itself on. Because after working at this, y'all might not know, I work at a used bookstore that I've started working at since I retired, and those thrift book stickers are obnoxious, and trying to remove them without ruining the look of the book is so hard.
I don't know what kind of glue
understand why
use
they
on
have to put that sticker on there. I mean, are we not going to know that it's coming from thrift books? It's in the little blue package that says thrift.
I'm sure that's
Right?
their inventory.
Maybe.
That's
But
their,
there's got to be a different way, a better way of inventory.
Yeah. It's for their own inventory when it's on the shelf, I'm sure,
Mhm.
You know,
to make sure that, you
put
know, the
some
book
kind of
is
fancy
ordered.
mark on the bottom.
I don't know.
If they have to. I mean, I'm not going to see that. It's going to be on the, but
Right.
the spine you can see.
Exactly. Oh,
I'm sure it's their thing, but
I agree. When I get when I was just doing my book haul now, because I have all my books from the thrift store, and the thrift store now stickers so you can scan them. Is that as I'm doing it, I'm trying to peel the stuff off as I'm talking about the book, because
I know. I
if you're-
always like, gotta get this out.
well, if it's hanging there, I want to peel it off before it gets stuck even more, right?
right.
So I wish that they would use the stickers, like if you go to Walmart and you get you buy a book there, like the 25% off, that peels off like
Mhm.
butter. If they're great. Those
Yep.
are the kind of stickers but they're probably expensive, right? So whatever. The book people problems.
I also wish they wouldn't imprint the stickers on the books. That says the new
Oh,
Netflix
yeah.
series or whatever it is. It's like,
Or advanced reader copy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Or,
How dare
but
you.
yeah, like the whole 20% off or something, like that
Yes.
run of books will have it like it as a part of the cover, and
Yep.
that's
Yep. Special
More
low
obnoxious.
price.
sometimes they're not this big so that you know it. A lot of times I put it down here really light, and I like that because then people think it's like it's not advanced.
what is
Yeah.
that one? Oh, that's the arc. that
Yeah,
says
yeah.
that, yeah.
The one, actually, I just got an arc in the mail from, and I meant to show that. I'll have to show that in my next haul. But of a love inspired book for Christmas called Christmas on Spruce Street or something like that. But the cover is just in the top little bit, it says advanced reader copy. And then if you look at the spine, it gives the release date on the spine. But I'm like, I can't wait to read it. So I'm probably going to get to it.
I like the secretive advanced readers copy, so that way you can keep it and you don't have to worry about everybody seeing this.
And looking like it's, yeah, exactly. Luigi, the Bookish Knitter. I found a copy of a book that you mentioned in your Garbagus video. Ooh, Secret at Orient Point on Albris?
I think a Libris. It's a
Oh,
book
thank
company.
you. Yes.
Secret at
Oh,
Orient.
fantastic. Yeah. Harlequin briefly did a Gothic line, and that was one of the ones.
I have a couple of those. Yeah.
I think I might have to read one this month just for fun. So we'll see.
Back to Ambi's comment, we didn't get to acknowledge it. I think she was probably talking about me working at. I don't know if she was talking about me working at the bookstore or not, because that's been a while back. So I'm not sure what she was jealous of. But anyway, if you were talking about the bookstore, Amber, it's really fun. It's fun to go to work and play with books all day.
Oh, no doubt. Jen says Debbie December sounds delightful. Yes. Okay, I think we've got something here, ladies.
Yep.
Debbie December, yes, please.
Let's do it. Oh, so she was talking about this, I think, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what it
probably.
was,
Yes, you're right.
Because that was farther back. Yeah.
Cajun says, I read one of the Angel books last year and loved it. Debbie December would be great. I agree. Barbara, what is a good budget for books a month?
Whatever
Like,
you want to spend.
Logically or fantasy?
I'm like, whatever you want to spend.
If you can still buy books and put food on your table and a roof over your head, you're doing good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of buying books, Sarah, I have a surprise for you. I went during this little break. Now these are in really rough shape, but I went to a library book sale on Thursday, and I got you these
Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew files. You'll have to tell me which ones you have, or if it's, I don't know if you have a lot already. These are numbers 14, 39, 77, 81, 93, 99, and 105. They're some are in better shape than others.
I don't care what kind of condition they're in. I'll take them.
Okay.
So if you want,
Send me
pop
your
me an
address.
email with the numbers,
Okay.
and I'll have a peekaboo. And then if you want, I will pay you for them.
No, you don't need to pay
And
for
pay
them.
to
I
ship.
got them for
Well,
you.
pay to ship them because that's the expensive part.
It was fill a bag for $3. I spent $15 and got 3 huge shopping bags full of books.
Wow.
And I have some that are to resell, so I'll more than make my money back on my resale, and I
Unbelievable.
can
You're so
afford to cover the shipping to Canada. So
I wish that we had stuff like that here. I really do.
Speaking of like shipping to Canada, like Elizabeth, did they put everybody in like some kind of international shipping thing?
oh yeah, but you can opt
eBay?
out. You can opt out.
Because I like never like even on my shipping things, I never put that it goes to like international or whatever.
It's not about
But
eBay.
I sold a book the other day, and it was going to Canada, and I had to ship it to their eBay's international whatever it is, so that they could ship it there. But I feel so bad for those people. They paid $6.95 for the book, and then it cost them $21 total.
Well, and I think they know that when they buy
Yeah,
it.
we do.
Yeah.
We're
But
more
it's
than
like,
aware of the cost of shipping.
is that book really worth that much? I was like, maybe. I don't know.
And that's the thing, like you were talking about thrift books. It's great and I love it and I use it all the time. But you guys in the US, if you spend more than $10, you get free shipping.
Yeah.
I was looking at a single book that I wanted to purchase, and the book was like $4.99. It was going to cost me $12.99 US to ship it to Canada, like including the price.
Wow.
So I really have to justify. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
and
Well, that's what I was thinking with this book. I was like, maybe they were collecting them because it was vintage, and which is why I had it a little bit higher. And it was Anne Perry. It was the first book in a series of hers.
okay.
And so I was like, well, maybe, they felt like it was worth it. I was
And
just
that's it.
surprised because I was like, it's going to Canada? 'Cause
We know, we up here know how much stuff is and that it's going to be, and it's crazy for us to receive stuff and it's crazy for us to ship stuff. So if I'm shipping stuff to the US, it costs a lot of money as well, right? So I keep telling people this is why our healthcare is free, because our charges in Canada Post is what's paying for it.
Gotta be. Yeah. You would think since we're like neighboring countries, we could like have some
You'd
kind
think,
of deal.
but it's Canada Post.
And
That's
the airplanes don't even have to cross an ocean to
Yeah, I
get
know.
from one country to the other.
I
So-
laughed. I ordered yarn from a place in Georgia, this like brick and mortar store in Georgia, but they have some beautiful, beautiful yarn. So I treated myself when I got my bonus at work. My yarn, I don't want it. It was expensive to begin with. And the shipping was like ridiculous, but it went from like Georgia to Miami and to like Kentucky and then to New York. Like, what the hell?
My goodness, no wonder it costs so much. Oh my
I'm like,
goodness.
my packages travel more than I do. Elizabeth, stop trying to get books and disturbing the cute kitty.
I know. Well, because she was laying on this. This is my TBR over here. I just finished filming a video, and there was like a piece of paper that I had been reading off of, and it was all like stuck in there, and it just looked bad. So I was like, "All right, sweetie, I'm gonna move this paper." So at least it still doesn't look great because it's in a box. I do all my books in boxes when I'm
That's
like
okay.
getting ready to film, but so she's just made herself comfortable in the box. Not the stage and all that, but yeah, I try to like clear all this off. I have a little end table here, which has drawers, which has all my eBay stuff in it.
Mhm.
But I don't know. These are projects that I'm working on, so I didn't bother to clean them off today.
There's one more comment, then we'll jump into another sprint because I love this. PK, 1,400 pages is average for an epic fantasy. It's like a marathon. You got to train.
cute.
Well done. Well done. So we will sprint again to the top of the hour. Happy reading, everybody. How did everybody do?
Good. Still editing myself.
Okay.
And I went and got the meat out of the freezer, and so it's thawed.
Oh, good. When I saw your screen go dark, I'm like, oh, she must have gone to go get her dinner unfrozen.
Yep.
And welcome, Tiffany. So glad that you could join us. What are you
Hi.
reading?
Christy's great idea. I know. I was like, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Thanks, Sarah.
I was going to say, how do you like it? But I'm like, you've read it the same as me, like 902
Oh,
times,
like-
right? Yeah.
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 And the super specials and the mystery specials and yes.
All of them.
And
Yeah.
I had all of them. I was just telling Kevin the other day, I really regret we gave them when I met Kevin, I literally had a storage unit that I paid for just with books because that's when I actually purchased books. and so now I'm like, you know what? I feel like you knew this from the start. You cannot open your mouth and talk about my book purchasing because
Right.
you knew this from the very start.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's standing right next to me.
Yes,
But
dear.
anyways, we had some friends that had a little girl, and when she got to be, I don't know, she was probably about 10, she was into reading, so we gave them that collection, and I'm glad we did it, but still a little regretful that I don't have them now, you know. But anyways, so
Well, that's why I'm recollecting them, because I used to, like, I was a nanny for years and years, like over the summer for these kids, and the little girl just absolutely loved to read. And the fact that, you know, we had the entire babysitter, she was just, so I would loan them to her, but she was 10 and I never got them. And I just, like, her mom actually called me years later. She's like, I found it. I'm like, don't worry about it, you know, at this point, right? But now I'm like trying to get them all back again.
yeah.
I feel like with Tiffany, since she doesn't really have a book collection or whatever, but she's starting a little one of ones that she's got autographed or whatever. it
That's
is.
right.
So
That's
you should find the babysitter ones that are your favorites and like have those ones in your like little collection for your little nostalgia collection. I have to do
Yeah.
all of them, but like,
Yeah,
got
originally
rid
I
of
started
all
with
my
just the
books
first
except for
4.
Kind. I got rid of all the books I owned and the storage facility and all that, and only have, but like Storm said, books left that are just signed. So yeah.
As I'm going through and organizing my shelves, I am very fortunate that I have a number of books that authors have sent me that are signed. So as I'm doing them, I'm putting like a Post-it note on the back of the book, so I know. And then when I actually start putting them in order, those are going to sit outside, like, you know, like be on display because they are signed copies. And I, you know, kind of want them to get a little bit of, you know.
I have
So-
a few of those of like books that I don't really know if I want to read them, but they are actually signed to me. So I'm like, I guess I keep them because
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody wants books that are signed to me out there, you know. So restore me from, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, unless I find somebody with my name, which is like kind of very rare. So
That is hilarious. So I got, oh, something went wrong. My screen is blank. Can't turn on my audio. Weird.
oh no, that's
Oh,
weird because we can
no.
see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't unmute you because you put yourself. Do you want to kick out and come back? Poor Elizabeth's been having nothing but
Yeah.
problems today.
Oh no.
Internet has not been kind.
No, the internet has not been kind. I got another couple of chapters read of Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune,
Nice.
which I'm really enjoying. It's going back and forth in time, so we're getting like today
I'm
and then
kind of curious
years
what you
ago.
think of that one because I've seen some people. I think they didn't like it.
So far, it's okay. Like at the first chapter, I was like, I'm really into this, but then chapter 2, I'm reading it and I'm like, I'm not too sure my thoughts on the main character. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna have to look at more to the
Did
story.
she write like one before that?
Yeah. Did you read Every Summer After?
No, I have not read that one.
I feel like everybody, you know, liked that one, but they didn't like that one, or it's like vice versa. One of the two. I can't remember.
Well, again, the only reason I picked this up is because it takes place in Toronto and Muskoka. Like, this is a local to me. You know, the places that she's talking about, I'm like, I can see it in my head. So we'll see. I mean, if I get halfway and I'm not interested, I'll put it down. That's fine. That's my prerogative. So, yeah.
That's
So
kind of
let us
how I
know.
feel nowadays too. I'm like, yeah.
You know, I think that's also the reason why I kind of have more than one book going at a time, right? You know, so
Sure,
like you
yeah.
can move from one thing to another. So Kat says, I decided to read the picture book, The Spider and the Fly, for Summerween. It
Sounds
counts for
fun.
the prompt to read a book with black on the cover. Fantastic.
It sounds fun. Maybe I'll have to look at it.
Mm-hmm. Emmy says, my mom is here with me. She was asking me if any of y'all read Christine Feehan. She says, if y'all like Crew of Hunters, you'll probably like Christine Feehan. I tried her and I wasn't a fan because I think she's a bit more supernatural than I'm used to.
I have heard of her, but I have not read her. But I do believe like Becky from the Bookish Bryants like really liked her.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
And so I've been curious, but yeah, I haven't read her.
Better?
Yes.
I feel like Elizabeth is playing musical chairs.
She is, yeah. She
She was up here where I am, and then she had to get down, and so then I'm up, and then she had to get down.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, it was the weirdest thing because I had been trying to upload my video from the phone to the computer so I could edit it. And the first time I did it, I did the wrong one. So I was trying it again and I thought I had it in there. And then the entire computer screen just went blank. Like it wasn't off. It was just blank. I could hear you come back in but I had muted myself so I couldn't say anything. And I could tell my camera was on. And so finally I hit Control-Alt-Delete. And then I had choices like Task Manager, and I was trying to figure out how to pull it back up. And finally, when y'all said, do you want to sign out? I'm like, so I went back to Control-Alt-Delete and I just signed out. And then when it rebooted, it came back up. But I've been having the most bizarre things happen to me lately.
Oh man.
Anyway, go ahead.
How did you do on your sprint, Elizabeth? Did you just try and edit and muck around the
That
computer?
was it. Basically,
Yep.
I went and got my daughter something to eat and then came back and was trying again to upload this video that I had filmed right before the sprint started. And that's as far as I got.
Yeah.
And I did do an
Editing,
email
thinking,
with
why do I talk so much? Because my video's too long.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be done editing so I can read.
I filmed my TBR on Wednesday and it was 50 minutes long. And I thought, I do not want, and I knew there were things I had needed to edit. And I thought, I can't sit there. It'll take me 5 hours to edit a 50-minute video. Thought I'm just going to come back and film it again. It was still like 47 minutes. And I was like, oh my goodness.
It's like, well, that didn't work.
All this time for just this.
Well, currently my video is 44 minutes. So I'm like, can we find some places to like knock out?
Do you completely edit on your phone?
Yeah, I edit on my phone now because the Power Director that I use, it just wasn't really working very well on my computer because, now my computer is old after a couple of years and they update and it was lagging a lot and it would do things and I needed to re-up my subscription and it was $70 on the computer and it was $35 on the phone.
Oh, okay.
So I just went with the phone and everything. It's a little aggravating at times, but it's pretty easy.
Well, that's cool.
I tried one video editor on my phone and I just could never figure it out satisfactorily. So
this one's pretty easy. Like just add your clips and put your thingies in and you get stretch your little your little things out how you want. I think it's pretty simple. And I've tried other like free editing software on my laptop and I couldn't figure them out. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna have to stick with the one that I know.
And the thing is, I think for all of us here, we're all pretty basic when it comes to our editing. We're not doing anything spectacular.
Right.
We're not doing anything, you know what I mean? Like
I just want to edit out when I say dumb stuff. And
that's it, basically,
that's pretty much what I do. Yeah.
Edit out whenever I can't spit out the word right.
Yeah.
And I say, I was trying to do 4 parties and a funeral. And I said 4 weddings and wait, no, it's not weddings because they know that movie.
4 weddings and funeral. That's funny.
I was editing the vlog today. I haven't, like I said, I haven't exported it yet. It's on my, I there's no way. If I tried to export it while I was doing this, my computer would be like, no, I don't think so. Shut down.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
You're asking me to do far too much. But I know as I'm like going through, because I don't watch the whole thing. Like I know where I need to add stuff, like, you know, and I'm like, I flugged up when I was doing something on Tuesday. I'm sure I did. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And then I go back and I'm so glad I went back because at one point I made a comment and then I went, oh, F me, like really loudly.
Oh, no.
But I did not censor it. I'm like, cut that out, and we're good.
So you don't watch back everything?
Not everything, no.
Oh
no,
my
not
gosh,
everything.
I do. I watch
I have
everything.
to watch everything because I'm not ever sure where I flubbed up.
Me
Especially
too.
if it's something I did at the beginning of the week and then I try to edit at the end of the week, I'm like, I
Yep.
don't remember. If it's something like right off the bat, like I film it and then I edit it, a lot of times I'm like, well, I kind of know where I flubbed up some things. But
Yeah.
Oh no, I watch the entire thing, everything,
But
and
yeah,
then
it's
once it's
cringy
done,
watching
I
it
watch
though.
it all again when
Really?
it's done.
Maybe
to
that's a
make
habit
sure
I need to get in.
Right.
So I did that video for Harlequin that I posted on my, that went up.
Yeah, it
this
was
week.
good.
I uploaded it to their OneDrive, right, which is what I'm supposed to do. And that night I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, something told me, watch the video back. So I went and I watched it. Oh my God. So there's one point in the video where I had cut it to remove the clip because I like that, those I edit till the cows come home, right? And at
Right.
the point, like I had started talking about the book, I'm like, I said something like, this is such a pain in the ass. And then I went, I stopped and I started again. So I had cut it, but I hadn't actually removed the cut.
Yeah.
And that was the one I sent to them. So I resent it. I'm like, correct it.
Oops.
I'm like, oh, they're never going to ask
And
me.
they
to help
probably
them
think your
again.
bloopers are funny. So it's
Oh yeah. Well, Elise, the woman I work with, she says, I got a kick out of the first one. But thank you for correcting it. Because that's like for work. Like I consider that to be for work, right? So
Right.
Yeah, sometimes I think,
But
you
I
know,
should really
put
start rewatching
bloopers
my
at the
videos.
end. I should put bloopers at the end or at the beginning, like some people do. But then I forget and I just cut them out and toss them away, and then I don't think to save them. So
Yeah.
Precisely. Yeah. Lauren says we're all welcome for dinner at any time because she was
Ooh,
making something
right.
that sounded scrumptious.
yeah.
Oh, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dangerous statement right there.
Right? Stephanie says one chapter in the epilogue left post-Civil War woman undercover spy on assignment in New Orleans. Sarah, I think you'd like this. Beverly Jenkins, Winds of the Storm.
Sounds really good.
Okay,
That
I
sounds
need to
good.
read that one. Two good
It does
reads.
And I've not ever read Beverly Jenkins.
Beverly Jenkins is quite good.
Yeah. I don't read much historical, but I used to. Like the first romances I read were historical, and I read Beverly Jenkins and Judy Devereaux. I don't know how she says
Jude
it.
Devereaux, yeah.
And then
Yes.
somebody else. Oh, Judith
Devereaux,
McNaught.
yeah.
I have some Judith McNaught. I've not read her, but I
Yes.
have some.
I liked her. I mean, again, I was quite a bit younger because that's what I've heard. And I read Beverly Jenkins then too. And I liked all three of them. They were very good.
For the historical romance lovers out here, I
Mm-hmm.
signed up for a readathon, and it's the romance readathon, I think it is, but it's basically historical romances, and they kind of in the vein of like a Bridgerton type thing, and they have teams. I'm on teams Blue Stocking because I like the heroines to do the reading, and they're kind of intellectual or whatever. But there's the seductress, there's the hoyden, there's the wallflower, you know, and you have teams, and so it's kind of a team based thing. But it starts in the month of August.
Who hosts that?
And I can't remember.
Is it
the
Mama
name.
Reads Romance?
There's quite a few.
If you do not follow Mama Reads Romance and you're a romance reader, her videos
I think I
are
do.
absolutely hysterical. She is she needs a gazillion more subscribers. She is so good at her
I think
videos.
I
She uses her kids' toys. She does skits. She's
Oh my
delightful.
gosh. I have to
she's
look
so
her
much
up.
fun.
Maggie's books and stuff.
Okay.
She's kind of a smaller booktuber. She actually gained quite a few for this because she made this up because she was under 1,000 and now she's like over 1,000, I think, subscribers. But
Thank
she
you.
has, it's her and several, there's like, because there's like 2 co-hosts per team.
Oh wow.
And she even has merchandise and all that kind of stuff for it. She went, she worked on it real hard on it, and it seems like it'd be kind of fun. And there's of course a Discord, and you kind of have to do the Discord thing. So, but there's going to be like some kind of like bonus prompts or something that has to do with the team that you're on or during the
Oh
month.
yeah,
or
you gotta
something.
sign up.
Is the girl that you were talking about, is her channel called Mama Needs to Read Romance?
Thank you. That's it. Yes, she is
Okay.
part of this. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure
No problem.
because I put in Mama Reads Romance and the one that pops up says Mama Needs to Read, but that's
That's
the
it.
same
Yeah,
person.
sorry. You
And
need
then-
to
oh, it's
subscribe to
okay.
her though.
And then Storm, what was the person you just said?
Maggie's books and stuff.
And I just subscribed to her as well. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, because I was like, I haven't done it, but I was gonna put it in the like readathon section on Killing Time with Cozy Discord. That way, in case there's some romance people in there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, subscribe to the Mama Needs Romance because I didn't know
Yes. She is so funny. Like I said, like she does these clips and stuff. She's a delight.
Yeah.
All right. And she is one of the co-hosts for this. I just looked down the list. So
that. Oh, cool.
I had a
Yeah, because
feeling.
I haven't actually sourced out all the like people.
Right.
I was just like, oh, Blue Stockings, that's me.
Like I need more people to follow on YouTube. That's
I
pretty much
know.
all that I watch.
I
But
know.
still.
I know because I let some people fall by the wayside, and it'll be like months before and I'm like, and one will pop up on the feed, and I was like, oh, I haven't watched that one in a while, so we'll like see what she's got to say.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, Jen talking about her daughter moving out. She's a junior in college, but she's moving to Florida and doing online school. Mensa always wanted to live in Florida. Or men's. Sorry, is it men's? Sorry, my apologies.
She says it's not men's or something, so it kind of a flub up, I think.
Oh, okay. Wanted to live in Florida, and an opportunity came up. Hard to let them fly away on their own. Yes.
What part of Florida?
I think you're muted still, Elizabeth.
I was gonna say, yeah. Let us know what part of Florida. Maybe Tiffany or I can help mother her while she's here.
Yeah, she says you get used to your kids being gone and then they come back.
I don't think my dad ever got used to me being gone because he was awfully happy when I came back. So.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
You stuck around, so
It's so
That's
funny
right.
because my parents let it be very clear. They were very loving parents, but I was the youngest, and they literally remodeled the entire house when we moved out so that none of the rooms are our rooms, and they wouldn't even call it that anymore. They'd be like, "You're going to sleep in the guest room number 2 that's blue," and I'm like, "You mean my room that I grew up in for
Yeah.
years?"
You're in the blue room. You're in the red room. You're in the
Yeah. What is this, a bed and breakfast?
Oh my goodness.
Crystal says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Red Comet, The Short Life and Blazing Art of Sylvia Plath by Heather Clark. Hello, Crystal. Welcome, welcome. Cajun. When I worked at the heating and air company, one of the installers told me he couldn't listen as fast as I could talk. I did not know you worked in HVAC at one point, Cajun. I worked for Carrier for 5 years. Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning.
Oh, nice.
We
Look.
used to have this little Vietnamese guy that was in our family. He was married to one of my cousins, and his name was So. And he was always so fun. My mom, she was kind of a fast talker and stuff, and he's like, "You need to slow down," because he couldn't get it. He said, "I don't understand."
I had one gentleman I was speaking to at work a couple weeks ago. He was an older gentleman on the phone. And before I even started, he said, listen, he says, you young people talk too quickly. I have a hearing aid. He says, I'm asking right now, just slow it down. We have all day. And I'm thinking, maybe you do.
Yeah.
I sure do not.
It's like, I'm sure they don't want me to be on one phone call all day.
For the entire day. Yeah, exactly. Wait, there's a shelf app, must investigate. I found by chance on Facebook of all places, one of my friends joined some group and I went to click on it. There's this new app, relatively new app. It's called, what is it called here? Book Mory, Mory. It's all one word. and you can put your books in and keep track of them, and you can even do half-star ratings on them.
Mm.
It's pretty cool.
Never
And
heard of
what I love is it gives you this book calendar feature. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but it gives you a calendar. Then for every book you finish on that day, it plugs the book cover in for what
Oh,
day you
well,
finish
that's
the book.
cool.
And I thought that was kind of cute. You know,
Yeah.
I like
it's a
that.
free app. You know, anyone who's out there who's interested, help yourself. Have at
Thanks.
it. Retiring says, agree about stickers. I would add to use a hair dryer to help get the thrift store stickers off, thrift book stickers off. It
Oh,
helps with stubborn stickers. Thank you for that.
It's
yeah.
true.
Nice.
I had heard that when I was doing scrapbooking a lot. I had kind of forgotten about that as a way to
Mhm.
like we were using it as a way to get pictures out of old albums if you
Oh,
wanted
yes.
to do them.
For
They were
archival
stuck in,
purposes,
like,
yeah.
old magnetic albums.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to go help Emily do something, but I'll be right back.
No problem. Kat says, I'd rather them put the sticker on the back cover. I tried removing the sticker when I first get them from thrift books, but it still peels off the spine. Absolutely. Yes, Sammy says, the Debbie May Comer Angel books. That's what she is.
Those
So I don't know if
are
you heard,
my
Tiffany. We have made
favorite.
a decision. We're doing Debbie December.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Right?
I mean, Debbie Maycomer is probably my most read like books.
And can
Maybe not now because it's been a while since I read her, but I still read her Christmas one every year.
And
but
Debbie and Christmas are just synonymous
that's
with
what I
each
mean.
other.
I always read her
Right?
Christmas every year, no matter what. But
Yeah.
Me too.
like once I got through most of her series, because I've read the Rose Harbor series, I read the Cedar Cove series, the Angel series, which is one of my absolute favorites.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, well, and I don't like what I've read of her like old stuff. It's not it. I don't know if it was just her beginning
Her
or
category
career,
days.
Yep.
but but some of those are just too cheesy and
That's fair.
not-
Yeah.
you know, but yeah. So I love that idea. I just
So
now
I
gotta
think
figure
the
out
four
what
of
I'm
us are
gonna
going to
read.
have to be in cahoots for this, and we'll
Yep.
figure something out for
I'll,
December.
I'll have to have Lee work
That's a
on
great
this
idea.
a little thingy because she does.
Yeah, that's-
Yes,
really
because
good.
Lee is amazing.
That's a great
If she
idea.
wants to join us as another,
Yeah, because
you
she
know.
likes Debbie.
Yes, she's
Absolutely.
Well,
ready.
I was thinking we should invite Chloe also because
Mhm. See if she's
she,
interested.
um,
Absolutely.
she's
Absolutely.
a big Debbie
Yeah.
fan.
Mm-hmm. Storm, I mailed your book yesterday morning, Kat says. Yay.
Awesome.
We were talking about that one middle grade author, that Gorman or something. Gorman.
Gordon Corman.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that one. And she said she had some if I wanted them. And she'd send
Oh,
them to me, but I've
nice.
never read. I was like, I'm missing out on something. I've never read this person before.
And I had never heard of that Bruno and Boots one. So when I was at that book sale where I got you the Nancy Drew files, I found a Bruno and Boots book, and so I got it. And then I found another one by him that I'd never heard of, something about the mob. It's like a 2-book series, and I got the first one.
Oh, fun.
So those are some that I haven't read, but the Bruno and Boots book was like number 5 or 6 or something. But
Oh,
still, I
okay.
was like, I had never heard of it, so I may as well.
Absolutely. Why
grab
not?
it.
Why not? Liz says, I've noticed that about packages. Mine travel from town to another town and then back again.
Yeah.
PK says, oh dear, I just read the sample for the first Debbie May Comer Angel book, and it's available via digital library, and it counts as retro and Christmas, which I don't have yet. Adding it to my TBR.
PK, I can't recommend the Angel series by her enough. I really can't. It is fantastic.
I may need to read the first one to get another Christmas one in because I only have one Christmas one on my list here.
Tiffany, you
But-
weren't here when I was showing this. I got a CD set of the first 3
Oh,
at the
awesome.
bookstore where I work. Somebody
That is
brought
awesome.
it in, and I grabbed it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I've read Mrs. Miracle and Mr. Miracle and all that, but I have not read the Surely Goodness and
Oh.
Mercy ones.
Y'all have to let me know what you think of the Angel series because it is besides Cedar
Delightful.
Cove. Well, it is my favorite, even over Cedar Cove. It's just fantastic. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. PK says, oh, Liz, that's terrible. What a big tease. It's here. No, it isn't. Now it's here. Kim says, hi, I'm starting the wishing game. Welcome, Kim. Thanks for
Hi,
joining. Barbara
I've heard
says,
a lot about the wishing game.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute. It's like a Willy Wonka but books or something.
oh,
People are saying
down for
like
that.
in the concept, like Not exactly, but it's kind of like that
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah, I'm like really
So-
curious about it.
Me
I
too.
do.
I'm like, oh, okay, this might be my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. Barbara says, okay, I laughed out loud at this passage. The ladies are trying to get a public library in town, and one of the ladies does not approve. She was like, they can read anything? So one of the ladies, they can read anything? So one of the ladies said, yeah, you can buy your own books and sew the pages you don't like. Clearly this time frame is before spicy books.
Yeah, because now you would be sewing half the book together.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
that is really
So we don't know
funny.
how this ends.
Oh, that's funny.
We don't know the middle.
That's right. Yeah. Missing the entire middle. Pat said, sorry, did not do any reading. Oh, that's okay. Having trouble with air conditioner breaking down. Oh, my roommate is cooking big meal for dinner, making it even hotter. Plus having thunderstorms in our area. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's the only thing about
I'm sorry.
being hot and having to cook is it just makes it hotter.
It does. It really does.
I told her, I said, I don't know how we survived before air conditioning. Because I remember we got our first air conditioner. It was either late 80s or early 90s, somewhere around there. Dad was getting, he's getting a little older, like probably about my he's a little less younger than me, but he was getting to where it was just too hot on him and he was having some heart issues or whatever it is. So we had to get an air conditioner. And I know I was in my teens or close to it or somewhere around there. And it's like, yeah. So how did we do this?
Well, it's really funny because when that's funny when Kevin and I first started dating, we'd been together about 3 years or so, and he was coming home with me to meet my parents for the first time. Actually, he'd met my parents, but like my extended family and stuff like that. We'd been about 3 years in, and he had never like seen like Amish people or like knew much about them. And so like we were there like a day in my hometown. He's like, I think we should convert. I was like, you know what? You spend 1 week there during the summer and 1 week there in the winter, and then let me know how you feel.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me right now? And I was like, okay, and I was like, I just want you to know you can still eat the food even if you don't convert. He's like, oh, okay, never mind.
Oh my God. So I was fortunate because we've always lived in a house that has central air. So, but I don't know if you guys remember it. You probably weren't in the area, but in 2003, we had that major blackout that took out like Ontario, New York, Boston, like all down the eastern seaboard for like 3 days. So we lost the air conditioning and it was like 110 degrees here. And because of my health conditions, I was so sick. And I'm like, I could not live without air conditioning. I just can't. Like, I don't know how people do it, like bless all your hearts who have to for no, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it was like, he was starting to have a few heart issues at that time and everything. And he was sweating like way more than normal. And he's like, I can't do it. So we had to break down and get our first air conditioning. And then we were like, how do we ever
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know when we lost power for probably like several days during a storm when I had moved away for college and was living down by St. Louis, which is where I stayed after college and all that. And my mom's best friend is Amish, and I was complaining about like the heat and electricity. And she said, Annie is this Amish lady. She says, Annie says to tell you to suck it up. Talk just like that. And I was like,
But I don't want to.
Yeah, they're like, welcome to our world every day.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, well, you tell Annie. Mom's like, no, stop. I wouldn't have said anything. I was totally kidding.
My favorite, though, one winter when I was like in public school, I'll never forget this. The furnace went out and it was like February and it was like minus 30. And I remember like thinking, my God, it's cold in this house. And I got up and I went downstairs, and back in the day, there were phone books. Phone book was open on the kitchen table. And I remember looking at it quickly and seeing like, the top, it said funerals. I'm like, oh my God, someone died. And then I realized, no, it was furnaces to funerals was the, we had to put on, because we have a gas stove and a gas fireplace. So we put those on just to warm it up, but it was so cold.
Oh gosh, I couldn't. Oh,
No.
No,
Those Amish are a hardier bunch than we are.
yeah, yeah, and yeah.
Oh yes, and Pat saying, "Don't forget the thumbs." Thank you, Pat. Sarah, I found Wicked Deeds by Heather Graham audio on Libby. Loving it. Fantastic. And yes, we are doing sprints still, Tiffany. She says hello to you. And you are very welcome. Always happy to put some nostalgia in there for the Babysitters Club. This Kairu's contribution to the
He hit a button.
Thanks, Kairu. I love every day that you're showing his ties on Instagram. That's like I'm like, what is Kairu wearing today?
He did. He picked out a good one today. I just put it up actually.
You guys are saying thank you. Okay, Val got to 48%. Fantastic. To Hannah says hello. 20% for Emily. People are saying hi to Tiffany. Yes, we love seeing her face.
Hi, everybody.
Cajun said she made it 74%. Fantastic.
Nice, Cajun.
Ginger, chapter 18 to 23. Well done, and saying hello to Tiffany. I didn't get very far. Multitasking is not my strongest ability.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah, me too.
Squirrel. Annie read 20%. Emily says, I started reading late because I was hanging laundry, so only 6 pages. That's okay.
That's great.
Nate, 13%. I love the setting so much. Fantastic.
What are you
I
reading?
just have to
I'm
comment
sorry.
on the hanging laundry part. So, do you still hang your laundry outside? I was like, I'm like, that's something I haven't seen in a while. But I mean, I know some people still like to do it. So I was just like,
My aunt still
sometimes
does.
I wish we did that. So it's like
If I had a
always-
clothesline, I would hang
it
some
always
out.
seemed to smell fresher.
Mhm.
Yeah. My aunt does
Yeah.
it, I think, for a lot of things.
Oh, hang on. I couldn't remember the names for a minute. I had to refresh myself. But so, Tiffany, you were talking about your mom's best friend is Amish. So are they kind of like Millie and Lois, or your mom is Lois and her friend? Is
I mean, definitely, but my mom is very conservative. I don't mean politically necessarily. I'm
Well,
just
she's not quite as mouthy.
old fashioned.
she's
not quite as mouthy.
She's Amish without being
quite
Amish.
as outspoken and all those things as Lois.
Right.
But
Gotcha.
yes. And Annie is older than my mom, and as she continues to get older, she gets a little more outspoken. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun relationship to observe.
That is hilarious. Lauren says I have to hop off now. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Lauren. You're probably long gone by now. PK didn't read that sprint. Keo wanted to do a second walk of the day, long walk in AM on weekends. This one is shorter, warm, third walk in early evening because he insists getting used to younger dogs again. Yes, I can imagine. Oh, we have a Lee. Yay!
Really?
Welcome. What are you reading, Lee?
I am reading. It is "Take Your Breath Away" by Linwood Barclay.
Oh,
Canadian author.
Yeah.
so is it?
Yeah, he used to write for our local newspaper.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a columnist.
I'm loving it so far.
Yeah, my mom is a huge fan of his work.
I've read a couple of his. It's a duology. I think the first one is No Time for Goodbye. And it was so intriguing. The premise is just this girl, like she goes to bed one night and her family is all there. And she wakes up the next day and everybody's gone.
Okay, so in this one, the guy has a wife and she disappears. He's accused of her being missing, and now it's like 6 years later. The house that they lived in had been sold, torn down, rebuilt as a different house, and she just shows up one day, or a woman who looks just like her shows up one day 6 years later, and she's like, "Where's my house? What's going on?" And then she like drops all her, like she had groceries with her. She drops them and she runs away, and there we go. That's it.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
Interesting.
Wow.
I've heard good things about that author, but I
Yeah.
haven't tried it.
He does. Let me just say, and I'm going to be the one to bring this up. He uses a lot of foul language, a lot, and I mean a lot.
It's been a live show now. Elizabeth brought out the foul language.
Foul language. That's funny. And And Lee, we've nominated you to help us with Debbie December.
Yeah, we're doing a Debbie Maycomer December readathon.
Okay. No problem.
Storm actually threw your name in the pot because we need pretty graphics, and you are our go-to for that.
And you like Debbie, so we were like,
I
you
do.
need to help us co-host because you like Debbie.
Mhm,
Okay.
Yeah.
mhm.
No problem.
We will figure this out.
Okay. I got it.
Yay.
Happy to.
Yay.
Crystal said, just got done feeding the family taco salad.
Ooh,
Yum.
yum.
Yeah, I'm
good.
thinking a taco bake is what I'm probably going to be making.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Hannah says, my summer book is putting me in the mood for ice cream. Going to grab some real quick. Oh, that sounds delicious.
I want one of those Ninja Creamies real bad.
I keep seeing them. Yeah.
What is
What
it?
is A Ninja Creamy, it makes ice cream. Like you can freeze fruit and stick it in there and make like some kind of ice cream out of it, without having to put a lot of added stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
Or so you can make like healthier ice cream options.
A lot of the like fitness people I watch, they just like they're adding like protein powder into it and just like making like pure protein ice cream.
Jeez, that sounds
Some
awesome.
of the keto people that I follow that like there's this thing called Keto Chow, and it's like a milkshake type thing that you can get. And there's a lot of them that have been making the ice cream out of that. There's even one that has a video that says, can you eat ice cream 3 times a day and still lose weight? Because they're eating the Keto Chow things or whatever. And they have a new creamy out, I guess, and you can like mix like nuts and things like that in it and do all kinds of stuff. And you can have the whole container, but if you just want to eat half the container, you can cream up half of the container and it keeps the other part of the container frozen or whatever it is. It's kind of
Oh, neat.
Sounds
Never
really
heard
good.
of this.
That
yeah,
is
it's
cool.
expensive though. That's why I don't have them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries. Cajun, I like the long videos. What y'all call rambling.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Cajun.
It's a good
What?
thing.
Yeah.
You're with the right group. Let's put it that way. Christy, hi Christy. Hello, I'm excited to read with you all today. We're excited that you're here. Thank you so much. Annie says Penelope Heaven, who narrates the Nancy Drew books on YouTube, has a cute blooper video. Yeah, at the end of every book she narrates, she does a blooper reel, which is delightful.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. Hermione says, had dinner, then got caught up trying to find books for the Retro Romance Readathon. I can't find many pre-2003 in my collection of Mills and Boone books, so some of them might be later than 2003. You're attempting to participate. That's good enough for us. I did find a few older Carla Kelly romances on KU, so I might read a couple of them during the readathon. Fantastic. PK says, oh boy, more booktubers to follow. Just like book recommendations. I love them. Yes.
That Maggie books and whatever I said I watched her latest video because she like wraps up I think June where she participated in something and she read a lot of I guess really smutty romances like with aliens and things and weird things going on and she's like I'm gonna go through these really fast because like she in the faces she would make and the things she's like ooh, and there was and she's explaining something and she's like ooh oh it was it's just kind of fun to watch.
That is hilarious.
Sarah, do you remember the Audible Escape package?
Yes.
Remember that and how it had all the different challenges where you had to like read something from all the different categories.
Yes.
So I accomplished that, and I read even the ones that were out of my comfort zone. So there was one like alien romance, and I remember I was like,
like.
ooh.
She read some, and I guess she thought they were going to be dragon shifters, but they were just dragons. And she goes,
Oh.
"Isn't this kind of like that? No, this is like beastie. No, this
Oh.
is. Oh, no, I don't know what I was doing." He's like,
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to go there.
Yeah, you're really committing to a
it's like
readathon.
when you think you're getting one thing and it's something totally else.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
You figure dragons,
Exactly.
okay, they're dragon shifters or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Dragons are fine.
You guys, there's a big rain coming. I gotta go make sure my garage is closed. I think it
Okay.
is, but I'll be right back.
No worries.
I mean, I think it's not closed, so I need to go close it.
Okay. Christy says, I'm reading The Royals Next Door by Karina Hale.
Oh, nice.
Hallie. Excellent.
Nice.
Hannah, I let my I let my down outside on the porch, and Macy ran out and would not come back. Oh no. Yes, I love Book Mori so much. Okay, thank you, Crystal. Yes, I just found it last night, and I've been playing around with it. I really like it.
I'm like,
There
I
is a
I
paid for
downloaded
version.
it. I must investigate later.
But you can do the free. I think the paid for you get the option to save, like it gives you a backup option or something like that. So, but unlike Bookly, you don't have to like time your reading, which is annoying. Like, at the end of the day, you can just say I read 50 pages today or something like that.
Yeah.
Kat says Elizabeth. Oh yeah. We'll save that one for when Elizabeth comes back. PK, the wishing game is the picking up hype. Not quite fourth wing level yet, but it could. Okay.
There's like a 12-week wait on my Libby, so
Wow.
Yeah,
No AC here. We open up the windows at night to cool the house and close the windows when we wake up. Yep. Oh. We have one window AC for the extreme heat days, as I used to call them, window shakers.
Gotcha.
And you had a question here, Elizabeth. Are you hosting another Ellen Montgomery readathon this year in the fall?
Yes. So Mitzi and I did a whole 3-month long challenge last year, and when we did our live stream wrap up, we decided that we would do a 1-week readathon at the end of November. So Lucy Maud Montgomery's birthday is November 30th. So we're going to do just a 1 week, kind of like how I do the Little House readathon, where it's just like 4 days, but this will be probably a week. And I don't know if we'll have any prompts. We haven't gotten that far, but we'll do something in near the end of November.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We'll answer a couple more questions. Then I thought we would sprint from 4:45 until 5:15, and then finish off the comments and call it a night. Okay. Kat says my son Andrew got really sick sinus issues after Hurricane Katrina, when we had no electricity, air conditioning for a few days between the heat and everything swirling around outside. No doubt. Oh, I'm sorry. Annie, when our dryer broke and I had to hang wet clothing in the house, I couldn't believe the drop in temperature. Good to know in an emergency, since I can't breathe without AC either. Well, there you go. Hang wet clothing. I didn't realize it made it cooler.
yeah, I didn't either. Yeah.
Excellent.
But that's good to know. Interesting.
Says this sprint has caused me to rethink the edition I chose to read, Northanger Abbey. It's annotated and it's taking me forever. Oh no.
Yeah, because then you have to look at what they had to say.
Right.
My deal with Jane Austen is I can read through it once or even listen through it once, and I still don't really get everything. Like the characters, I don't get the relationship. It's all complicated. And then I can go watch a movie of it and go, oh, okay, so this is
That's who they are.
that is. Then I can go back and listen to it again, and it makes total sense. But I need that visual. I need to see it.
Yeah.
So
Because there are a lot of characters in most of
Yeah.
them. So yeah, you have to kind of.
Know who everybody is, and
And when you're listening, the narrator helps because, in the Persuasion that I listen to, I really like that narrator. But I've read some, or listened to some where it's like, I'm going back and study.
they're a little bit
Even
more
though
dry.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite. It's my favorite, but it's like, yeah, you're making this really boring.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, everyone. Hope today has been a great one so far. Just got here, but we'll be continuing Fourth Wing. Been in a bit of a slump, but hoping to get halfway by the end of the weekend. Excellent goal. Student Library. Hi, everyone. Just joined a bit ago, reading The Mummy Beads, Voice of the Nile, #2 by Don Stewartson. Harlequin Intrigue 261, 1994. I think you have the first book, Sarah, The Mummy Case. I do have the first book on my shelf. That one I think is being put aside for Garbaugust. It feels like a Garbaugust book.
I was gonna say that was a Harlequin, just the title. I was like,
Pat says, okay, my phone is doing weird things. Can a phone overheat? Yes.
Yeah.
I was watching Sprint, then went to Sarah TBR video. Gonna let my phone cool off, watch replay. Yeah, no, mine, Samsung, sadly, that's kind of what they're known to do, is heat up and catch fire.
yep.
And just Tiffany, my dinner is chicken tenders, mashed potatoes, Italian green beans, chocolate cake with ice cream, Tall 64
Whoa.
ounce tumbler of iced sweet tea.
That
Even though
sounds
it's hot at your house, I want to come go.
Right?
Oh,
Between you and Lauren.
Pat always has the best dinners.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, Pat, that sounds really good.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind just saying hi? So I let my dad outside. I was going to say, okay. He wanted to read Macy ran through us to escape. For a second, as I started reading that, I'm like, did your dad run off and escape? Like, what was the situation? Anyway, like I said, we will sprint for a half an hour, and then we will come back and finish off the comments. Let me put up my pretty ambiance here.
That was very pretty, by the way. I really
You
enjoyed
like this one? I really like this one a lot. Yeah. So happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
I'm almost finished editing myself.
Yay!
Which is good because I want to read.
Fantastic. How about you, Tiffany?
Awesome. I got to 34% in Christie's Great Idea.
Are you reading it or are you listening to the audio?
I'm reading.
Very good. Elizabeth, how'd you do?
Well, I tried a third time to get this crazy video into the computer, and I finally determined that either I have too much stuff going on the computer, or maybe there's some area of it is too full. So I started then just deleting some old videos off the computer and images and stuff that were downloaded. But before I did that, I had this book laying here. This is a really ratty, banged up copy. This is not even on my TBR, but it's been laying here and I just picked it up. Have any of y'all read this, A Prayer for Owen Meany?
Yes, I read that in high school.
Did you?
I think
So
did
I read like
too.
the first 5 pages of it. At some point, it's a book I want to read. I don't have time for it right now, but I was just sitting here waiting, like while the computer was working and it was within reach. And then I turned on my audiobook for a few minutes right near the end, which the one I'm listening to is A Medal for Murder. It's book 2 in the Kate Shackleton Mysteries by Frances Brody. It's a historical mystery. And it might be World War I also. I'm not sure like exactly what era, or it's maybe around 1920s or something. So I think it's older than World War II, like predates. Anyway, it's okay.
The Owen Meaning book, or the John Irving book, that was made into a movie called Simon Birch.
Right. I love that movie. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
And I was just reading recently the reason that it had a different name is because, well, there was something, if I'm saying this correctly, John Irving, first of all, he didn't think that any movie producer would be able to put together a movie out of that book. And he signed off the rights to it with a strict agreement that it would not be, the same name would not be used.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to give it a reread because, like I said, I read it, I think, in grade 11 or grade 12, and I quite enjoyed it.
I feel
Well,
like
it would be a quick and easy reread. It's like 670 pages.
Oh, yeah, that's nothing. I'll get right on that. Small print.
Yeah, it's very dense. Yeah, not 670. It's more like 600. It is 600
And that's the edition that I read, too, was that one.
617. Yeah, it's so, look how dense it is.
Because I took American History and Literature. It was a bonus class offered for 1 year at my high school. And so for the first part, we did the literature and we read that book. And then the second half for the history, we learned about the Vietnam War because that's where it takes place. So it was interesting. I liked it.
Yeah.
How'd you do, Lee?
I got 3.5 chapters done.
Nice.
Well done.
awesome.
Well done. And I started Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck, and I am a chapter and a half into it. And so far, I'm liking it. I mean, the authors are actually Caitlin Cruz and Nicole Helm, and I'm big fans of them anyway. So
I tried that one, but I didn't like the main character.
that's fair.
Her attitude, I was like, well, I don't
She is a difficult, like, she's definitely got, like, she's a hard, character.
Yeah, so
but-
I like build it like not very long into. It's like, okay, I don't like this.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
I think it was when you were supposed to like buddy read that one like last year. I think you were gonna.
I think I was going to, yeah, and I never got
And
around
so
to
I
it.
was like, I'll try to join in, and I was like, I bailed already.
Hey, at least you got through the Tessa Bailey. I'm still proud of you for that. Or yeah, you did. Yeah.
Well, no, I bailed on that one too, but only because only because my my friend lent it to me, and you only have 14 days, and
Oh.
I kept like not picking it up when I should have. So
She
it
kept
went
not
back and
picking
she-
it up.
and she couldn't like lend it again. You can only lend it once.
I see what you did there, Storm. I
Yeah,
see
well
what you
done. Well done.
And so I got like 70-something% into it, but then and I'm like, it's not something that I want to buy or anything, so I don't.
No,
really
no,
care.
no, no. That's it. Yeah.
So it was like, so I kind of DNF'd it, but not really on purpose.
So what we've learned from this is Storm and I can only buddy read middle grade books.
There you go. There you go.
Or maybe category romance.
Or maybe category romance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly. There we go. Hermione, I do have a ton of Mills and Boone boxed up in the spare room, so might look through them in the next few days. But I think most of them are post 2003, so some of my books might be post 2003. Okay. Mitzi said there's actually a dramatized audio of Northanger Abbey. That's fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
Liz
and
says,
Mitzi,
I
where
have
can we find that? Is it like on Hoopla or something like that, or
Audible or
I
um,
have an
YouTube or
Audible,
what?
like it's like of all the Jane Austens in one Audible, and it's dramatized. How do you say it?
yeah. I have that collection as well. I think I bought it with a credit at one time or something like
Yeah.
that.
That's like I've had that back whenever I had Audible because I don't
I
have.
was like, whenever I feel the urge to listen to Jane Austen. The urge hasn't hit yet, surprisingly. She said, Lou says, I haven't listened to it yet. I have it, but haven't listened to it yet. So she says, oh, I think you'll enjoy it. Heart. Love it. Pat, my roommate loves to cook the way your grandma did.
you picked a good roommate.
You did. You did. Absolutely.
I'd like a roommate like that, so I didn't have to. cook
Yeah.
it.
Right?
My roommate, well, he cooks a lot of cereal. If that's, I'm just kidding.
Cereal.
My dad's version of cooking is going out to eat.
I
I'm
can't complain.
kidding.
Garrett does like to cook, so
No, I'm kidding. Kevin's actually a good cook.
Well, my friend Barb, her husband likes to cook and does most of, like, probably 90% of the cooking or whatever it is. And I'm like, does he have like a brother or a twin? Or
Right.
And Garrett says if it was left up to me, every night would be cereal or macaroni and cheese. So
Yeah.
fish sticks or something like that.
And no kidding.
Yeah,
My
I
brother
feel the
actually
problem.
does a lot of cooking because of that too, because his wife, she never, all the time they've been married, she's never really learned how to cook that much. And yeah, it's usually chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese and things like that.
That was me. I never had any interest in learning how to cook.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
I don't either, and that's what happens is I like throw something together and it tastes really good, and he's like, "You should," I said, "But I'll never be able to make it again because I don't."
Yeah.
Right. You just throw it in.
Yeah, exactly. Hannah says, my dad wishes he can run off and escape. He's so over it. We have to wait for the physical therapy place to call him next week. Very good.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's been dealing with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking of him.
Yep. Jesslyn, welcome. Hello, I just joined. I'll be reading The Brazen by Willa Nash. Welcome. Thank you
If
so
you
much.
guys have Debney Perry, that's the same person.
Oh, okay. Asking about the sprint. Tiffany answered. Thank you, Tiffany. Okay, yeah, there
Thought
you
it
go.
was, but it is.
Yeah, very cool. Cheryl says, hey, everyone, just got home from spending the afternoon with Kyra. Wonderful.
Nice.
Kim, is it cheaper per book if you order more, like from thrift books? For Canada, no, because the more books you order, the heavier it is and the more shipping you're paying.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing. We just deal. Alicia, need to leave early. Made it to page 200. Hard to put down. Thanks, Sarah, for hosting. You are welcome. Thank you for joining us. Barbara, when we end going to the store to get knitting juice? That wine?
I'm like, what is knitting juice?
Yes, I need to know. Cajun said, oh, good grief. Nora Roberts got me. I'm all sniffy and teary in a happy, sweet way because of a romance book. I've had a hysterectomy, so I can't even blame hormones. Aw.
Well, that means it was a good one then. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ginger, I have enjoyed this. Got to chapter 24. Well done.
Excellent.
Let's see. I was able to get a huge chunk of my book read during that last sprint, so now less than 20 pages left to the end. Woo!
Nice, Mitzi.
Excellent. You will get that done today.
Yeah.
Well done. Val got to 60%. Justin read 5 pages. Excellent. 21 pages of mummy beads. Excellent.
Nice.
5% and ordered pizza for dinner. I
That's
wholeheartedly
smart.
approve.
sounds really good.
And whichever one of you mentioned chicken pot pie, Thank you, because that's going to be my dinner tonight.
Right.
Hot pie.
I remember that earlier on. Yes.
hmm Garrett came upstairs just as we went on that first sprint. I said, "You know, it'd be great for dinner tonight." He's like, "Okay."
Make it easy.
Crystal got to 65%. Excellent. Kat, I took a few pics for my Summerween vlog. Lighting is my arch nemesis.
So, Kat, is that something that the Summerween, is that like a readathon that you're
Yeah.
hosting,
Mhm.
or
It's Gabby. Gabby Reeds. I think she does. She started like summer ween, and now they do like a winter ween and
Ooh.
a fall ween and all kinds of things.
Yeah. Seasons.
But
So
yeah,
is it ween like Halloween, not tween,
it's
right?
spooky books. It's reading spooky books.
Yeah. Spooky all the
Brilliant.
time.
Okay. Okay. Just bear
And some
with
of
me.
them aren't even like. Some of the prompts are like read a book in the dark or something like that. Or like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I love that. That's awesome. I just subscribed to her as well. So I didn't buy any books this sprint or this time, but I have
But now
subscribed to
you
like
got
4 new
lots of
people.
content to watch.
Yeah, I subscribed to 2, I think.
Yeah. Hannah, I made it 22% in 28 summers. I'm loving it so far.
Oh, good.
Excellent. PK, 24% of Red Rising, science fiction fantasy. It's taken a strange turn, but I'm rolling with it. Picture Captain America's transformation, but done surgically-ish in order to overturn dystopian world. First of 6 in a series.
Okay.
I thought about reading that one, but then I saw that it was in a series, and I was like, never mind.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're liking that one because that was one of my DNFs a long time ago. Like when it first came out, it's like, oh, this sounds really good, and I was like, this is boring. So I don't do dystopian very well.
Mhm. Yeah,
I love
dystopians, yeah.
Jeez.
Cajun says, Cairo is so cute. Sorry, handsome boy.
He does think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. He is. He is. And I just put his new tie up for the day. He
Oh,
chose a gold
good.
tie. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Annie got to 15%. Well done, Annie.
Annie.
Danielle said, I got some chores done around the house, and I'm really liking a gingerbread romance. Excellent.
Oh, that's
So Mitzi says it's on Audible.
okay, good to know. Thanks.
Dream, I just woke up from a nap. That is extremely productive and good for you.
excellent.
Kat says, way to go, Mitzi. Yes, absolutely. Barbara, knitting juice is a wonderful drink I made up. Apple crown cranberry juice and orange juice. Vitamin C is important.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Apple crown.
I wonder if it's apple, Crown Royal, and cranberry juice.
That's
And
what
orange
I'm
Yeah,
juice.
because Crown Royal has an apple
That's what I'm
flavor.
thinking it is.
That's what I'm thinking.
I approve. Interesting.
I and the more you drink, do you do less knitting, or how's the situation go here?
Oh, geez. As much as I drink, it would be like, yeah.
Sniffing it.
I'd wake up and I've knitted like a trail around the house or something.
There was a great-
You're looking at your knitting, going, and what was this supposed to be?
There was a great knitting book that I need to get my hands on that a friend of mine had, and it was like for drinking. So it's like, if you're gonna have one drink, here are the projects you can make. If you're gonna have like 2 drinks, here's the projects you can make. You know, like
That's
degree of
funny.
difficulty.
They're and if you guys read the Stephanie Plum series, the mom starts, I think it's crocheting though, starts crocheting, but she doesn't really want to make anything, but she crochets when she's like stressed. So it's like basically described as like just this really long one chain, like wrapping around the house because she just when she gets stressed, but she's not trying to make anything. Or like it started out as, oh, it's gonna be like a scarf, and then it was way too long, and she's like, oh, it's a baby blanket. Then it was like, and now it's just what it
It's
is.
just a string.
Yeah.
Well, what I really appreciated, like rewatching through the Golden Girls, is that Sophia, you can often see her knitting or crocheting, right? And they refer to it as what it actually is. And she actually is doing it. Like you see TV shows where the person's supposed to be doing it, but they're not really. Or they're crocheting and they'll say, oh, you're knitting. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I always like that in the Golden Girls. Yeah, Mitzi saying thank you. Cat Summerween is hosted by Gabby Reeds. I'm just participating. Not all of my books are spooky. Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
I'll have to check that out. PK says, Storm, I DNF'd Red Rising before too. I bought it in 2014, and this is the first time I've gone back to it. Not giving up on it this time. Good for you. Barb says, honestly, don't get a lot of reading back.
She's just
Oh,
trying to get that
87.
vitamin C in.
Yeah, there you go.
She's trying to be healthy. The
I mean,
87
it is
foot star,
juice.
right?
Yeah.
PK, Olivia reads Latte also does a huge summer read month too. She's
She's a
currently reading
co-host,
Clown
so-
in the Corn too, I think. Not my cuppa. Not a big
I
Halloween
read
fan.
that. I
we
read
know
both
something
of them.
that Tiffany is not participating in.
Right.
That's what's gonna pop up in your the next time you put up the reading sprint thing. A scary clown in the cornfield.
No.
Yeah.
Friendo live.
Yeah.
Found
Oh,
it
that's
on
hilarious. So,
Oh,
what
Tiffany,
do
did you see the cover of Storm's book that she's reading?
Oh, yeah. No, she's seen it before.
Yeah.
No.
Let's
Don't-
not give Tiffany nightmares.
Oh, that's I can't. Yeah, you had that in the Discord one time. I remember it.
Sherry probably had a picture of it in the Discord because
Oh,
she
no,
read
it
it
was
and she
Sherry.
sent it to me. So
There was another picture too in the Discord, and I think it was Sherry that put it in there, and I was like,
That's the kind of thing. If I had that in my house, I'd have to turn it over to
Yeah.
get any sleep. Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't even have it where I could look at it.
Mm,
Scroll at your own risk.
mm.
So, what do you guys have coming up on your channels shortly? Those of you who can get videos posted. Sorry, Elizabeth. Storm?
well, I'll have my like weekly update or whatever how I did, and then the books. You get to see me put do the little wheel, and then I talk about the books at the end of the video, like in more depth, like what they are. I'm like I don't know how to do this, so it's like so I'm trying things out. Next week could be totally different. But it's like these are the books that I've added, but I'm still working on all these.
Speaking of wheels, sorry, Garrett comes up the other day. He's got the 3D printer, right? Because look what I made. It's legitimately a spinning wheel, like with numbers on it. And it spins. And there's an arrow. I said,
Oh,
I need
that's cool.
that because I want to stick stuff on it, but I want it bigger. Then I can like put it on the wall. And like
Mhm.
if I'm picking
That's your prototype. Now I need a bigger one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
like
really
this
cool.
big. Anyway, when you said spinning wheel, that's just what made me think about it. I'm
I
like,
can see her back there, Wheel of Fortune.
well,
Or I was
isn't there
thinking
a
like
YouTuber
on
who
Price
does-
is Right. Spin the wheel, Bob.
Yeah.
In the wheel, yeah.
who does she does like a wheel TBR?
Cody,
Cody?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, she's British, right?
Yeah.
Irish, I think, but yeah.
One or
Yeah,
the other.
Anyway, that's what made me think of it. Sorry, Storm. Continue.
Yeah, but you're fine. There's a couple of them that do spinning wheels that
Yeah.
are cool to
Mhm.
watch. And I still need to do my June wrap up. I haven't even done that yet. And I've got it filmed, but I haven't edited it yet. But I have my series thing. So there's things coming.
There's things coming out.
It's just getting me off the phone listening to an audiobook to
get it
do
done.
the editing on my.
Mhm.
That's why it's like I want to read a book, but I've been really good this go around. I'm editing my.
What about you, Tiffany?
I have to tell you, you were talking about spinning a wheel. I saw a meme that set you when she was talking about Wheel of Fortune or whatever. I saw a meme that was like an eye doctor, and he's standing next to the eye chart, and he's like got a little stick, and he's pointing at it. And there's an elderly woman across, like clearly the patient, and he's like, "Quit trying to value a Val, and don't call me Vanna White." Oh, I thought
That is hilarious.
I am going to I'm gonna try. I haven't in a long time made like a romance video, so I'm thinking about doing if you like Elsie Silver's new Chestnut Springs series, try these others because that
that's
series
great.
is like so hyped right now, and it is fantastic. I've read through the first 3. It is fantastic. But I think that there's lots of other series that people have read because it seems like a lot of the romance people that I follow, and I really like them, but they're not reading like hardly any traditional published. They're reading all.
Yeah.
And I think that's great, but I do think that there's a lot of indie published or traditionally published ones that are fantastic that involve like westerns or cowboys or whatever. So I think I'm going to make that video, and then I'm also doing a recommendation video for sidekick animals in cozy mysteries.
I
Oh,
love it.
So
That's awesome.
I hope you
Those are my
include
two videos.
Eddie. Eddie, the Bookmobile cat, is my favorite sidekick. I love him.
yeah,
Although he's the one that you don't like the audio of, right? That always does the
Meows. It didn't bother me, but I really didn't notice it until Sarah pointed it out. And
All
then,
Sarah's fault.
but it still didn't bother me. I was just like, oh shit, it's so funny because
Yeah.
no, I haven't.
I think it bothered, not that it bothers me, but I think I notice it because Presley doesn't meow. He does this grunt like and like all the time, and I'm just like, if you move, he's like you know, like.
Right.
What about you, Elizabeth?
Okay, well, I finally got last week's technical difficulties worked out. So I got my Caldecott video up from the 1960s. But now today I'm obviously having issues. Just trying to I finally, what is it, the July 8th, and I just filmed my TBR for July. So it was filmed, but I have not filmed my wrap up for June. And I went book shopping. So I've got book hauls and all that stuff to do as well. And I've gotten quite a few cozies. So I think I'll do a separate cozy mystery book haul too, in addition to everything else. And I've been reorganizing, cleaning. So I need to, I don't know. I just have so many things I want to do. And I actually, okay, I'll be the first. This will be the first time y'all are hearing this because I haven't told anybody except a couple of reseller friends. I've actually started a new channel, but I haven't. It's uploaded, but there's no videos on it yet. And it's going to be for my reselling stuff. And I was like, what? Oh, it's going to be. It's called The Reading Reseller. And so I'm going to mainly talk about reselling, but then I will always recommend one book at the end of each video.
Oh, fun.
So, but my main thing for it is I've been listening and reading a lot of decluttering books lately, and that's always like top of my list, things to do is I need to declutter. And all these bossy organizers tell you, just get rid of it, just get rid of it. Well, I'm a reseller, so I want to sell it. So I watch and I look for reselling videos about organizing and all that. And there's just there's a few about just how to organize your inventory. And I feel like there's not anybody out there that's just like down in the trenches, just helping people get through all their stuff and get it listed and sold. So I'm going to do like a 365-day challenge, and it's going to start out one thing a day, and then the next month, 2 things a day, and just like snowball it like that. So that's kind of my plan. I don't know. Most of y'all probably are not interested in reselling, but I've got a couple of reseller friends that I think will help me promote and get started once I have the first video filmed, but again, it's not edited. So anyway, that's kind of what's in the works. And my husband even said if I really was going to get serious with it, he's so tired of working at Disney. He's 55 now, and he's worked at Disney since he was 16, and he's so ready to retire, but we can't afford to retire. And he's like, I will happily work 4 days a week and work 1 day with you on eBay if we can list like 50 things a day. And I'm like, well, I'm not there yet, but if he can see that I'm really serious and I'm getting, there's Emily. You say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Emily.
This is her movie of the month, Oliver and Company.
Good choice.
Emily.
All right, I'll be there in a minute. Okay, just put it in and rewind it. I have a million times shown her how to rewind things, and she still wants to rewind it. So anyway, that's just a little.
That's awesome.
A little glimpse into what I've got going on. And as soon as I ever finally get the first video uploaded, I'll do a video saying that, announcing that I've started a new channel and the link and all that stuff. So
Nice.
anyway.
How about you, Lee?
Well, first she said the 3D printer, so I wanted to show something one of my friends made me, and it is a baby Groot
Oh,
that I wound up painting. So that was just because
That is awesome.
that being painted.
yeah.
And So I did just have a vlog that came out yesterday.
That
And
was safe for me to watch or no?
there's a little road rage part in it. A little road rage part.
I almost clicked on it and I thought, no, I better wait and ask.
You know
When-
those little things.
when
Or I don't
you-
know if this is in the States, but they have a little thing that goes up in the corner saying like PG or whatever before a TV show. It needs to say like Elizabeth approved.
Right.
A large section of it, though, a large section of it is her June wrap up, right?
Yeah.
That's the one. So, I mean, there's a good portion that you can,
Okay.
I
watch
feel
without having
like-
to fast forward or anything.
When you edit, you should put everything, and then when it's going to your road rage part, you like blurb yourself in, and you're like, Elizabeth, skip to
Section
not
number
Elizabeth
blah, blah, blah.
approved. I repeat, not Elizabeth approved.
Yeah, there's
Elizabeth
definitely
Storm talks about a scary book.
right. Yeah, there's definitely a driving part where I'm annoyed with somebody, but that's it, and that's toward the end. But yeah, most of it is my June wrap up.
Awesome.
And then on Tuesday, I have a how did I do with my Q2 goals type of
Oh,
thing.
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it. What
Excellent.
about you, Sarah? Because you seem to be going like 7 days a week right now. So what do you have?
Don't know why I have all this free time. Vlog tomorrow.
Nice.
An actual vlog
Yes.
tomorrow is going up. It's not as long as I thought it was going to be. It's only 38 minutes. I'm like, woohoo!
Nice.
Bonus.
I have one pink and one black.
Yeah, and then some random stuff. I got like a lot of the videos, like you said, 7 days a week, but some of them are real short. Like I'll have an announcement video for the page count readathon. I have another book haul because I went back to the thrift stores last week. So, stuff like that that's pretty. And then, like I said in my thing, I do the same videos really every week. Like every Friday I do this or whatever. So, and those are so easy for me to film. Like you guys do like long, like involved videos, and I'm just like, oh, let me throw out a video today that's 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I do want to say just a couple. I forgot a couple things. So
Mm.
tomorrow, Julie and Lindsay does her first
Ooh.
book one discussion on her channel at 7. Not her channel. I'm sorry, her Facebook group, Cozy
Yep.
Queens, at 7 p.m. She'll be joining me for the one on the first one of ours, which is I think the 26th of July.
Okay.
But hers is tomorrow, 7 p.m. On Cozy Queens, her Facebook group. And then on the 12th, I'm interviewing Alexia Gordon. She writes the Gessamine Brown series, which is really fun because it's about a classical musician,
Mhm.
an African American classical musician. It's really interesting. And it's in Ireland. It's really good. I've read the first 3. And then the next day, I'm interviewing Sherry Randall, who's also Mary Allen. So Sherry Randall writes The Lobster Shack, and then Mary Allen writes the Ice. It's the same person, but she writes the
Oh,
Ice
okay.
as Mary Allen, and that's on the 13th. The Alexia Gordon ones, I think it's 6:30, and then I think that Sherry Randall's at 7, but they're back to back. So just wanted to mention those. Make sure I said that.
Mhm. Mhm. Fantastic. And you're tomorrow with sprints, right, Tiffany?
Tomorrow is Sprints.
Tomorrow with themed one, or
What's
it's
that?
it's the scavenger hunt one, right?
that's okay. Okay.
And it's a book that's set in the country not your own.
Yes.
Oh, done.
And we'll have to go from 5 to 7 because of Julianne's things. Because I told her I'd try to make it. So
Oh no, absolutely. No, totally understandable.
and so, but we'll still do 5 to 7. And yes, a country that you do not reside in for scavenger hunt. I'm really excited about these. I'm hoping to get some good suggestions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just a couple little comments here before we go. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the cover for the Storm's video is horrifying.
A man rat, and yeah, it's got a big giant rat on the front of it. That was the only and Tiffany, that's the only horror one in my anticipated one. So we can skip over that one.
Skip to this point. I'm trying to remember which other scary cover I put in the Discord. It's not coming to me.
Storm, I need you to edit your videos the same way Lee edits
For
Give
Elizabeth,
her
yeah.
a warning.
Lesson.
Actually, in my series, like my Q2 series, like thing or whatever it is, there is a series, and it's called the Ghost Patrol series or something like that. And I said, "This is Tiffany approved ghost."
Oh,
I was like, I think, because I was like, they're super cute little chapter books and they're a lot of fun, but I'm like, I don't think you would get scared in those.
Okay.
These are
I
Tiffany approved.
I feel like you need like a little stamp that like like goes on the video, right? Kat says, thanks for hosting Sprint, Sarah. It was fun hanging out with you gals. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your weekend. Yes, you as well, Kat. Thank you for joining.
Thanks, Kat.
Cheryl, Owen and Hercules are my favorite sidekick pets.
Nice.
Danielle said, most recently, I really like Boo, the fainting goat, and
Yes.
the Cyberpunk Mysteries. Yes.
Yes.
I'm a reseller too. It's hard to differentiate between clutter and inventory sometimes. So there you go, Elizabeth.
Oh, hey, Chrissy. Yeah.
Saying hi to Emily. PK said, Sarah, I got that book app you mentioned. Seems very easy to use, only on phone and not computer, but I'm willing to give it a try. Yeah, it's not on the computer at all. It's only on your phone. I love this. Tiffany's terrifying triggers.
Exactly.
Triple T.
Donna, I like it.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
abbreviate triple T. Like
Triple T.
triple T is not, and I'll know exactly.
It's not Tiffany approved.
Half the beginning of my video is like triple T up in the corner. Nobody has a clue what it says except for me. That means I don't watch this one.
Hilarious. Well, anyway, ladies, thank you all so much for joining. This was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And I guess we will see you all tomorrow over on Tiffany's channel.
Is there a theme tomorrow? Or is it scavenger hunt?
Yeah,
Scavenger
it's a book that's in a different country, not your own.
That's right. You just said that. Okay. Oh, and I have that. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I know, I was like, oh, that one's easy, especially for like Sarah's.
Well, yeah, the audiobook I'm listening to right now is set in the UK, so that's good.
Oh, excellent.
I'll finish
There you
that.
go.
Sounds like a readathon Tiffany would not participate in. That's it. We need a Halloween readathon that's called that.
During Halloween, Halloween, I'll have to put Tiffany's Terrifying Triggers. It's like these are books that
A
I just
Tiffany
need
not
one
approved
block.
book.
I just need one block that says like Charlie Brown's
Yeah.
Great Pumpkin or
I have to
something
do a video. If
on that
actual
spice,
Ti-
on that
Charlie Brown's
spice
like
level.
Halloween, you will like this.
Yeah,
Right.
that is hilarious. You're welcome, Jen. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed them. So yeah, so we will catch you all tomorrow. Thank you all again, and talk to you later.
Bye everyone.
Bye,
Bye Sarah.
everybody.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye everybody.